Okay, we should be live now.
I see it. I see it over there in the corner. I'm
Okay,
checked.
hey
Okay.
guys. We're
Hey,
giving
hey.
we're making up from last week. We had a little kerfuffle, but I had a kerfuffle. I thought I pressed go live, child. Guess I didn't press it. But it's okay. Everything
We
happens
had
for a
the
reason
whole
because we're on live.
conversation.
A whole grand conversation. TikTok saw the conversation, but ain't nobody else saw the conversation because I was live on TikTok on the
Right.
phone. On my phone, on the laptop, on StreamYard. So,
Mm-hmm.
but it's okay. It's okay. Everything happens for a reason. We're on a bye week, so we making up for
Reset.
it.
Right.
Yeah, we making up for it. We got some news to catch up on, some things that happened. Sweet Tea still talk about she ain't coming to the reunion. Girl, how you feel about that? Let's talk about that.
I mean, maybe that's okay. As of right,
Girl,
so we know that we looking forward to, or not looking forward, but we know coming up, Greg and King are going to have some sort of physical altercation or close to it. I think
mhm.
Dr. Heavenly said the man either ran or did he say he made contact. Either way, we know we looking forward or to that being some discord. And
Mhm.
then from the mid-season clip, we also kind of get a clip of them kind of mentioning that there's some sort of restraining order.
Mhm.
We're not really clear on whose part. Sounds like it's probably Quad that has a restraining order on
Yeah, because it was a
Dr.
little bit
Greg.
weird because that little medieval, cottage core, whatever it's called, party, and then she was like, "I want to stay," and she was like, "No, thank you." So I'm just really excited to see
Mm-hmm.
what's gonna happen next. But in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, sweetie, if you don't get in that probably ugly dress and carry your behind down in New York and go and
Probably. That's
face your
so funny.
peers, probably ugly
But
dress
I'm
and
saying, like, what is she going to give? Because, well, as we gonna get into into the season, I mean, or this last episode, like
Mhm.
I said, I'm not really sure. I feel like she could miss it and it'd be okay. I don't know.
It'll be okay. I'm sure it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be
Hmm.
some, and if it's not okay, it'll still be okay. Um, but for her, for her, like, girl, no,
Well,
that's
yeah,
not
you got a
it's
point there. Like,
fully.
you need to
I mean,
show up.
yeah, you need to show up, pay them dust, or read them down, either or. But
Hmm.
something needs to be done. You can't just sit out. You can't just. She talked about she gonna wear her dress on her couch and probably do a video from her couch, do the reunion from her couch.
She better
Girl,
go find whoever Phaedra used to give her reads so she can get a reading session so she can come and read the girls down.
just read the
That's her
comments.
best bet.
Everybody be reading everybody for you. Just go ahead and read the comments. What everybody been saying, and you just go ahead and repeat it in front of Andy. Don't be. I
Well, I
understand
feel like she is reading the comments because she clearly seems to think that Quad is jealous of her. And exactly that my thoughts exactly
she
because
reading the
I'm not
husband.
really sure where
That
you're getting
man
that
is
from.
feeding her. That man is feeding her this, and I feel like they
Somebody
may be
is.
having problems because of like what's been going on in the show. Like, people saying that man still got feelings for her. Like, she looking dumb. You chasing after him, and he like screaming at you. So and if she ain't watching it or reading the comments, her family,
She
coming to
reading
her.
the comments. That's why she doing what she doing.
Oh yeah, you remember she commented on one of my posts. She was like,
Right,
"Damn,
exactly.
damn
She
good."
is reading the comments.
Yeah, and I
And
couldn't
that's her
imagine.
downfall, like everybody else. But
Yeah,
I don't know
don't
if
read
she
it.
has the skin to be in the comments the way she is, clearly, because again, you taking it and like you kind of defending the wrong thing. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 yeah. She can't
Mm-hmm.
get right. She can't get right. But I do like Sweet
Can't
Tea.
get right.
I like Sweet Tea. I like Dr. Heavenly. I like Quad. But it's just like Sweet Tea. You got to get right. If you was gonna come
We
on
trying
this
to give
show,
her a
you was supposed to
chance.
have the, huh?
I said
What
we
you say?
trying to give her a chance.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to give her a chance. But if you was gonna come on the show, you were supposed to have your stuff together. You were supposed to have the perfect marriage, the perfect reads, the perfect fashions. you coming into somebody else's territory, even though these people was coaxing you up, and now you feeling disappointed because now they switching on you. But you was already supposed to be on solid ground. You was already supposed to be ready for all things possible. You gonna be on
This
TV,
is
girl.
true. This is true.
Yeah. So it's like,
This is true.
no, I can't. I'm trying to give you sympathy, but come on.
Yeah, yeah. You're not catching it.
Yeah.
You're
And
not
it's been
picking
two
up what
seasons,
the
girl.
coach is putting down.
Yeah. That's not
So
Serena.
let's talk about, before we get into the actual episodes, another thing that happened during the week, or it might have taken place a little bit before the last episode aired, but Stacy and TJ, honey, they are talking about TJ said
Insufficient.
on camera, we're gonna see that she is paying him. She was behind on 2 payments, and that is the reason why he did not show up at the reunion. That's alleged. We all
Allegedly.
guess allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think about that?
I think it's true. I've been saying he was all about the money. He was talking about the host and the $5,000. The new host get the 500, whatever he said at Dr. Wendy's all white party,
You was
and the
on
way
that?
he was all like, oh, about the divorce and the prenup. Oh, it's coming along good. Like, oh, like asking questions like, and the editors keep certain things in, like little breadcrumbs to try to have us give you a little piece foreshadowing of what's to come.
True.
So I just try to pick up on that, and I just like, this man is very odd. He's an actor. He should know how he's coming across on camera. He should know that you being aggressive and you being weird and all this stuff, like, you should know better. So, child, it's fake, child, and pay that
Yeah,
man.
I
Go
have to say,
away.
unfortunately, I think I have to agree with you. I really was trying to give him a chance. I really like Stacey. I think she was having a really good season, and I was trying to be open minded about this sexless relationship. Um, I really was, but seems that I have proven to be wrong, because I kind of have a feeling that I believe it too.
Yeah.
And
So,
we're gonna
mhm.
have to see what that means for Stacy, because
Yeah,
I feel a little slighted by her.
yeah, cause she was fan favorite. This would have been a perfect
Mhm,
bow, girl. All you had to do is last a little bit longer. Perfect
mhm.
bow. If it would have happened season 2 when we was already in season 2, you would have that could have been easy cleanup. Like, but how you gonna rebound now? But I think she got it. I think
Yeah.
she got it. She done read the housewife handbook. She got it. She gonna think of something. She gonna do better than Karen.
Well, we're gonna see. We're
Okay.
gonna see. Because I rewatched Potomac. I didn't get a chance to rewatch Married to Medicine.
Mhm.
And I kind of picked up on some things I must have missed out. So let's get into the episode,
All right,
child.
let's
Let's
get
get
into
into
it.
it.
Okay, let's get into Real Housewives of Potomac season 9, episode 17, the finale. All bark, no bite, no biting.
It has come to an end. Make sure you subscribe and like.
Yes, yes. Let me put that down on the banner below. Go ahead and show us
Mm-hmm.
some
Yes.
love, some love, some love. All right, and we'll be here every Monday, and we might have an extra treat for you soon. We working it out. Don't just stay tuned.
Yes. So excited.
Yes. Okay, so we open with Karen and Ray preparing for Stray's charity. She says though Stacy has this charity effort going on, that she wanted to do something similar and help animals who endure breeding abuse. Do you think this is a case of Karen passively aggressively copying again, like the time when Wendy and the whole wick candle situation? Have we ever seen Karen even like care that she passed the dog on the street?
No,
Not at all. So why are you just
not at
trying to be
all.
activated at the end of the season, Karen? You really thought you was gonna get off scot free.
She
You was
really
stressed
did.
out, and now
She
you're trying to
really
get
did.
activated and trying to be passive aggressive, like, oh, the breeding, and uh, I'm not gonna walk, but I'm gonna, because I have my own girl. Girl, if you
You
don't
got your
stop,
own thing, but it's from an idea you got from Stacy. And like
Oh,
you said, have we ever seen her? Do she even have her own dog? Okay, give us a minute. I'm wondering if Karen even has her own dog to begin with, while she wants to do her own charity for pets and strays. I do think it is a shameless ploy to bite off of one of the other housewives, as we have seen before, because the 3 wick candle with Wendy comes out with her candle line, and here she come with the 3 wicks or 5 wicks or whatever it was. So she kind of is doing that same thing, remixing it with Stacy. And I think Karen really has missed the mark this season. I think she really does. The more I think about it, I feel like she is writing her own ticket to not being asked back.
child. Why these kids come over here and I done told them all day I'm for to go live. Sorry
They
about
say
that,
stop
guys.
talking to people.
Stop talking to people and come over here during my live and cry
Right.
and bring the baby over here. And you know she definitely gonna cry. Okay.
Exactly.
So
But yeah,
yes. Hmm.
it's a ploy. And like I said, and it just is one of these things that just make Karen look even worse in this whole situation.
And
Again,
desperate.
going back to, that's what we talked about too in the beginning, going back to finding out that it's possibly true. They do have that clip in the reunion that there was somebody else in the car. We
Oh yeah.
have Kim
Yes.
Pyre kind of dissecting
Yes.
that recording, which again is not any new information. It was all released. If you listened, you heard it. As far as what I think, if that's vindication for her, I don't, because I think DUIs are really tricky.
Hmm.
And the fact that she may have had somebody in the car, but they wasn't there when the police got there, and it's your car and it's registered, and all of these other factors, it
Yes.
sounds to me like she must have been in the driver's seat, because I don't understand how anybody would think that you were driving if you wasn't in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
But
It was in the back seat, child. They done hit that ditch, hit the tree, hit the median and everything. She was
that's
on the
right. You might have
floor.
been in the back seat. You ain't like but I just think this has really tainted her on this show. At least for me as a viewer. Y'all jump in the comments and tell us what y'all think. Do you think that Karen played her cards right this season, or is she burning up in flames? I feel like she got off scot easy,
There.
maybe on the show, but it doesn't seem that way in real life.
In real life, she still delaying the sentencing. She was supposed to get sentenced January 29th, and she fired her attorneys, and I guess that's
Hmm.
prolonging sentencing. But it's like, I mean, I would want to prolong sentencing too, because who wanna face the music?
That's the
But come
truth.
on, girl, you just we need to know what's going on with you. We
Well,
need to
it's
know,
all here now.
we got to put money on the books or what? What's going
Hmm.
on?
Hmm.
Let us know.
I'm saying. I'm saying. But in the meantime, get your own ideas.
Yeah, stop stealing candles and charity efforts. Okay.
Yes,
So
exactly. Get your own ideas.
yes. So then Wendy calls Karen to talk about season 2 of Dr. Wendy and invites her to the White House. What do we think of this friendship? Cause we seen Wendy. Wendy done found out the truth, and she. It wasn't like nobody had to convince her. When
No,
she, like we're going in order of the episode, but we gotta we gotta just say what it is. Wendy Ben knew Karen wasn't crap, and she was just being with Karen because she's a grand don and she got pulled and she needed an ally on the show, and Karen was just going to her because she needed an ally on the show. But I guess that maybe that was the last straw because Wendy was talking about. Well, Giselle said that she's told Wendy before that Karen talks to
hmm.
her like a dog, and I guess it's the
Well,
last.
let's think of it this way.
Mhm.
Um, Giselle may have told her that. I think we've seen that on camera where Giselle has said to Wendy, like, that's not your friend. She has things to say. But at the same time, it's the messenger. right? So
Yeah.
Wendy wasn't necessarily going to take that information and do anything with it. But I think I go back to Wendy. This was one of the angst that I had with Wendy, just in her time frame on the show. Again, this season she's been doing great because she doesn't really have any conflict going on, and she's just doing her thing. We like this Wendy, but
Yeah.
the Wendy before, she had this need to be accepted into the group. And with Robin and Giselle, even though you had the Grand Dame, but let's go back to their meeting. Grand Dame Karen wanted to pretend like she didn't know her. She wanted to, kind of diminish Wendy and at least her accomplishments and
Yeah.
what that stood for her. So I go back to her inviting her to Surrey County. I think that was Karen giving her an olive branch, but at the same time doing this public appearance thing to somehow put the high. I mean, she got the key to Surrey County. And to Giselle's point in that very episode, what has Karen done to get a key to anything?
Exactly.
She barely is paying for her house. So, I mean,
Hmm.
allegedly, sorry, I'm just going back to when she, them making fun of her not owning her house and
Yes.
moving around, having those
Hmm.
problems. But
Hmm.
so with that being said, the only reason why she invited Wendy was to have that hierarchy established.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you admire me,
Agree.
this and that. And
Yes.
so I don't think that that's Wendy's intention with inviting her to the White House,
Hmm.
but it's a good slight. Let's be clear, but going to the White House is an honor. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
nobody is taking somebody to the White House, just to rub it in their face. But it
Hmm.
is a good rub in your face because Surrey County, the
Yes.
White
Surrey County,
House.
the White House. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Hmm.
and not just maybe the White House today wouldn't be the same, but when we talking about when they went, yeah, like Eh,
Yeah.
so, I think for Wendy has been on the show long enough, and now I think she is established in who her character at least is on Potomac. I think
Yeah.
she feels more comfortable with her fan base. And so I think she finds herself in a place where if Karen is falling apart, Ashley over here running around, doing whatever, being a
Yeah.
drag king on Tuesdays and dating Josh in the meantime.
Yeah.
Um, in between trying to figure out her divorce, and then Giselle, she's being an empty nester trying to find her groove. I think she kind of has found her space in not necessarily needing the friendship
Yeah.
anymore.
Hmm.
I think she feels more comfortable in saying that, especially because now here we go with questioning Stacy's
Relationship.
character. Right.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because if she lying about TJ being hired, I mean, but of course we do believe her because we've heard some of those things come out of Karen's mouth. And what I don't think um Stacy was doing was sitting behind watching the show, you know what I mean, like a fan in my candy voice, to come back and use those things against anybody. I don't think that she was doing that. So I believe what she had to say about what Karen said. It sounds on trend for Karen.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody believed
Hmm.
it, child. She
Hmm.
was trying a
Like
home
I
to home.
say, Wendy don't need them anymore. I think she's been on here long enough. She never needed them in the first place, and she did alienate them, but she kind of found her groove now.
Yeah. And everybody had on first season hiccups. They gotta find it.
Hmm.
They gotta figure out how social media work, how the show work, how confessionals work, fashion. So she got it down packed now. Hopefully, let's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
mess up for
I
season
would
10
agree.
now, Wendy. We going back to the big double digits. Nah, don't mess it up.
Right.
Okay, so next we have Stacy meeting with her friend AJ, and he is a character. He might need a cherry blossom. He is not. He kind of act. Wait, he is not. Oh, he is not for any kind of act. He is getting her all the way together, saying, "I don't want to meet TJ. He's not your type. He's not rich. You've changed," and it's all comical. If Stacey
Mm-hmm.
returns for another season, what would you want to see AJ again?
I think he could come back again. I think he could come back again.
I
He
like
seemed
AJ.
like he. Hmm.
I like AJ. Yes.
I thought he was being a good friend, but
Yeah.
I don't have a verdict on if I like him or not.
Okay. I like him.
Hmm.
I'm surprised that if you're gonna have an act and have a fake boyfriend and rent a boyfriend, that you'll bring such an honest friend on and have lunch with him. Like you trying to
That's
blow
the
up the
truth.
spot. Maybe she
That's the
felt
truth.
pressure to bring people on. Maybe the producers like, come on, I want to see more of your backstory. And that's why she felt like, okay, let me just bring in AJ. He gonna be in town for the charity event. Maybe let me just spin.
Hmm.
I don't know.
That's possible.
And I don't know why she ain't prep him before. Like, hey, I'm lying about this. Can you, at least let's not talk about that part. Let's talk about the divorce only and not my new love interest. Who
Right. That's not
knows?
a
Who
love
knows?
interest.
Yes. So who knows? But I like AJ. AJ was very honest. He didn't care about the cameras. He was like, this TJ guy is he's I'm a character, but he's animated.
Yeah, he
I'm
did.
animated.
He
He's
did.
animated. Yeah. And that's the
Hmm.
truth now. Some might be wrong with
And
it,
it
but
is.
yeah. Okay, so after the commercial break, Ashley announces she's officially filing for divorce. Yet another event she's hosting at her house with her LLC house with Michael. Did we ever get clarification on how the house was bought? And is he gonna snatch it back after the divorce? Because you could tell she's really enjoying the space. Like she every time we see Ashley, she hosted something. She bringing the family over at her house. But this is
That's
the
true.
LLC house, so we divorcing.
Well,
Is he?
this is what I'll give Ashley, even for being young, and maybe Sweet Tea should get in her ear a little bit. But what I think about Ashley and dealing with Michael, even though it's taking a long time with this divorce, but I think she know what she's doing about that. And
Yeah.
so with this LLC, I do think that she probably made sure that it's not anything where he can come and take it away. And I just give her that much credit because I go back to remembering her renegotiating her prenup. And so, or postnup, I think at that point. Um, but like it was a smart move,
Yeah.
like because got this philandering man. And
Yeah.
so yeah, honey, let's go back to the table. She got
Yeah.
those kids, so kind of going back to Stacy when she had that conversation with her lawyer about whether she would the alimony versus the child support.
Mhm.
I think that there is and I agree with what the attorney told Stacy, but again, going back to Ashley, I think Ashley is very savvy in protecting those assets or getting the assets.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, so
She's
I feel like we just need to get this show on the road.
yeah. It's taking too long, but she's trying to be calculated. She's trying to have her strategy. Even though he
Mhm.
outsmarted her with the kids' whole 10-year thing situation that was a flop, and everybody was talking
Mhm.
crap about it.
Mhm.
But she trying to make up for it. We'll see if she got to sign that NDA. We'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
that right, because that's the holdup, right?
And that might be what's the hold up, the NDA.
Okay, yeah.
And he might try to get back at her with a little custody situation too. That be they play.
I don't think he will, because I
Okay.
think the kids was for her.
Okay. But they want to play the kids like chess.
Well,
I want
that is true. But he not for
he
that.
ain't
He
want
not trying to do that.
trying to run around the park.
He not trying to like even though like he got the money, he can get up there and he can,
Yeah.
kind of maneuver. He has those resources to do these
Hmm.
things, but I don't think he's interested.
Yeah.
It's probably half the reason why they're getting a divorce.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I
All right. Giselle
don't think
does a
he's
tree
interested.
tribute to her father along with her beautiful daughters. It was a very sentimental scene. I like seeing this side of Giselle. Like she's very
Yes, we do.
humanized, very relatable. Do you think if Robin returns, as even as a friend of, do you think we gonna still see this side of Giselle, or is it back
No.
to mean girl Giselle?
But it'll be back to Mean Girl Giselle
I
because she'll
believe
have
so
her
too.
partner in crime.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
she'll have her quarterback. I think she right back to her
Well, just
antics.
think about reasonably shady. They over there being reasonably shady, even still, and we're not getting that Giselle over on the podcast. Not to say that I listen to all of the episodes, I just see the clips, but the clips are messy
Yeah,
enough, especially the
yeah.
way they went in on Karen because Giselle been mum's the word all season. So
Uh,
you got a whole lot, or at least you letting your friends say a whole lot.
yeah, I my feeling on that because I posted a clip on my page of them talking about Karen. My thoughts
Mm-hmm.
on that is I think she believed Karen. Karen was telling her,
Mm-hmm.
girl, yeah, I'm gonna be vindicated. I'm gonna be vindicated, girl. Just watch and see. I can't talk about it right now. Like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, girl. Just wait till this case over.
Mm-hmm.
So she was believing, like, I know this old ASS lady ain't gonna go down like this. So I'm gonna just go ahead and believe her. And then
Mm-hmm.
now she saw the house tumbling down. She's like, let me just go on down to the podcast and just let her have everything I done saved up all season. Let me just let her have it, especially when she ain't show up to that reunion. Cause that's around the
Right.
time that podcast episode dropped.
That's true.
Oh, this girl ain't show up to the reunion. I ain't
Right.
let you have it all season. And you ain't show. Let me go ahead and Robin went ahead, and then it was on Watch What Happens Live, and they was talking about it too on Watch What Happens Live. So yeah, I think Karen deserved it,
Robin is
child.
like the itch that won't go away though. Like I know she was on Traders, but and spoiler alert, she didn't do that well on Traders. Um so I am okay with Robin not coming back.
Yeah, maybe one more season gone, and she come back as a friend because she
Hmm.
ain't never gonna talk about Juan, child. So just
Well, and
let it
that's why we don't
over
want
a
to
little
see her.
bit. We'll see Carter, and I don't know the other boy name. I don't know,
I don't
but
remember
we ain't.
either.
It was Carter and somebody else, but we ain't gonna see no Juan. We ain't gonna see no Juan Dixon. Okay, so we returned from the break at the White House with Wendy. Not only was Karen present, and of course, Happy Eddie, but their children were there, and Eddie speaks on representation. With all that's
Hmm.
going on
Hmm.
with policy changes and all that, and government and all this and all that, you said you ain't want to talk about politics, but do you think
No, you
it'll
can. We keep it light.
very light, very light? Do you think it'll be harder to see diversity and representation like in the coming in future?
As long listen, I think I'm about to sound real old. At least in my kind of decades or years, I've been in the space of when we had Spike Lee, and then John Singleton. And so as long as the spaces that are available to us do that, then
Yeah.
yes, I don't think, of course, with what's happening, it's unreasonable to think that you're going to see what we had seen previously. But that was just smoke and mirrors anyway, which is kind of what happens.
Yes.
Um, yeah, in the sense in this time frame of heightened anxiety, what we see people doing is kind of scrambling to make it right, but you don't
Mhm.
talk to the right people so it don't get made right, and now here
Now
we are trying to
pull it back.
scramble again.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Now we're trying to pull it back.
So
And yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, again, like I said, going to the White House in that particular time frame was kind of a one up to Karen. And again, I don't think that Wendy brought her to do that. That was not her
Yeah.
intention. Her intention was to share that because of this grand dame persona that Karen promotes.
Mhm.
Who else are you going to ask out the group,
Yeah.
to kind of join you there? It's a prestigious type of event that she got to do. And it really was something symbolic for her to do it, because I think the real question is, will we see another black press secretary and female?
And queer.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and queer, right? So with those
And she
things,
might
that's
be
kind of.
immigrant, or belonging to an immigrant family because her last name was saying Jean Saint something, her last name.
Well, she might be like Haitian or something,
Yeah,
right? So again, that type of representation means something. The time frame that the vice president spent in the White House means something. Her pedigree, means something. So as long as we, the people, remember those things and keep those at the forefront, I think we can see ourselves breaking some glass ceilings. Hopefully.
hopefully. Okay, now
Hmm.
we at the Scrap for Scrays event, and Stacy got her wig on, and Vivian's designs, and she's introducing her friend AJ to her friend TJ, and TJ throwing shots at Stacy's wig. Then TJ has an awkward moment talking about teams. They were on the same team and tries to check AJ, but it all blows over nicely. Karen and Stacy also have a sit down before the event, but shouts out to the newbie Stacy getting to anchor the season by hosting her own all cast event. In terms of housewives, that makes you a very big fish. Then Karen
Yeah.
starts pulling stunts in her confessional. Got this horrible, ugly scarecrow saying it's Stacy. At this point, she must really thought she was in the clear. What are your thoughts? That was a lot to unpack.
Karen, Karen just have made herself look even worse as the season,
Yeah.
and I wonder if they did a re-edit because but let's first of all, I didn't think anything was wrong with Stacey's wig. I'm not sure why everybody picked, on that, and then even with Mia kind of saying like she referenced her to Whitney Houston, excuse me.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what's wrong with that? Because not for nothing, Mia showed up to the doggone reunion almost looking like she was a drag king. Um, or from the Temptations or somewhere with that body wave, finger wave. Like, let's not go there. It's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with channeling Whitney Houston. Are you kidding me? Like, you know
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Whitney is my girl. I stand for her. Okay, so please understand. If we are channeling Whitney Houston, you pick the right one. Okay,
Yeah.
because we don't know who you channel, Mia.
Child support.
613. Is that what it is?
Paternity court.
Paternity, okay, Maury, basket case.
But
So,
I that. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying, so, I don't know why everybody, kind of got on her with that. Maybe now what I am thinking, just as I was saying that, is maybe no, she had to have changed her hair, but maybe not. Maybe that's something that she doesn't do, at least for TJ. But like, because the other girls don't know her well enough to know if she wears weaves or not. And even though we haven't seen her necessarily change her hair up, that doesn't mean that she doesn't. Clearly, we
Hmm.
can see that she at least did or has.
Hmm.
um but I think it seemed like they were hazing her.
Yeah.
And yes, shout out to her hosting the final finale event, because that is a big deal in the housewife universe. It is.
For me, that wig was stringy, but it wasn't like horrible. We gotta stop the show, girl. Go into the beauty supply store, go switch that out, get your money back right now. It wasn't that
Karen
bad.
has had worse wigs.
Yeah, I done seen worse. Karen ain't let go the wig from the dang on accident. At that point, you should have burned the wig or at least put it up in the closet all the way in the back. You done wore it
I'm
17
saying,
times since the accident, girl.
at least
And
let's
everybody
not
keeps
forget that
talking.
braided wig. I was like, who took that wig and French braided that up for her?
She did with the arthritis in her hand. Trying to braid up right before got a
So
event.
yeah, it took her a little minute to get her wig game together. So
Yeah.
you need not say anything about somebody's wig, and Ashley too.
Ashley, yeah. I don't know why Ashley keep trying to haze Stacy. Girl, y'all is the one and the same. Almost. Bye. You try to pretend like you got a little bit hip. Girl, you just as stiff. Dang mahogany wood. But anyway.
Yes, agreed.
Then we see Giselle has bought the dress that Stacy has banned anyone from wearing at her event. Now, is this mean girl activity or just classic housewives? For me, I think
Of
that
course,
was so
it's Mean Girl.
mean, Giselle. Why would and then it's like the posturing, like, yep, I'm here. I have the dress on. Now what you gonna say? You said you don't
But
want
you know
nobody.
what's more interesting? Did we like Giselle in that dress?
She was Big Bird. That's what Stacy say. Here come Big Bird.
So, and it's interesting, like, is there somebody that would have looked good in that dress?
Stacy.
Maybe,
Mhm.
maybe, but you know, hey, for a mean girl, the jokes seem to be on you.
Yeah, it didn't. Stacy read the book. She read the Housewife's Handbook. She ain't give her nothing, much of nothing. Like, okay, you got it on. Okay, so what?
Mm-hmm.
Now let's keep going with the
Mm-hmm.
event. She Stacy, she pretend like she a little ditzy, but she know exactly what's going on.
That's
And I've been
correct.
caught that from the first episode. She know what's going on.
That's correct.
So Kiana reveals her and Greg are struggling big time to get along and they need some time apart. Do you think this will be final? Well, we saw at the end of the episode that it they moved in together
Sounds like it.
and they done moved right back
unless
out.
unless we watch the reunion and she tell us that they actually did get back together.
Yeah.
But it also said at that end that she is still doing her girl math and expect a ring in 2025. So we
Yeah.
are in 2025, and I guess we will find out. But you know, I'm not surprised if they are kaput for good because I already kind of clocked him in that. And it was like, yeah, you kind of stringing her along. And then the conversation she had with the ladies about how she feels and you know she
Yes.
feels like she has to play herself down, those are very important things that you shouldn't feel that way while you're in a relationship, and you shouldn't want to marry somebody who
Yeah.
that's feeling, you know.
Especially early
um
2025. You talk about early
well,
20.
yeah, and I think, you know, people, women's age and
Yeah.
that their biological clock, you know, kind of sometimes can get the best of them. I think that's more so what she's thinking about. But girl, dodge that bullet, honey, run.
Please run, Kiana. You got
Mm-hmm.
a lot going for yourself. Go ahead and run.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have Karen getting confronted by the group about warning Stacy about the ladies in the group. Karen denies it, but pretty much everyone believes it, including Wendy. We already talked about this.
Mm-hmm. We
Karen
did.
said it. Karen, that's right up her alley. We done seen her do this already. But let's just see how it play out on the reunion. Cause Wendy was like, "This is confirmation that this was never my friend." So I'm so
Right.
excited.
You know what? I'm just confused because I just need to make sure. I can't wait till we do get to the reunion so we can make sure that statement is in
Is yeah,
context.
yeah. It's that yeah. Cause you know they like to edit. They like to flip it out. Keep you
Yes.
engaged.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is a
Mm-hmm.
big possibility that she wasn't talking about that. It might be another package that they showed, but
It
we
may
shall.
have been just from the video, and it may have been from whatever it is Karen is saying and expressing on the video. She may be talking about like the person who was on the season versus the person that shows up on this video. You know what I mean? Like you say, it can be they like to kind of play games like that with us. And so we got to just kind of verify the context.
So do you think that the Karen video, do you think it's a live video and they're interactive like a Zoom situation? Or do you think it was
No,
like
no, no, no. I
pre-recorded?
think that I do feel like whatever recording it is, whatever it is she had to say, again, I'm just thinking outside the box of possibilities. It could be like, okay, you notice she said this during y'all filming. Now
Mhm.
all of this other stuff came out. She gets, you know, convicted. She goes to rehab, and now here's this video. We don't know what exactly is being said. The fact that it looks like we do get at least that beginning portion of her putting her head in her hands,
Yeah.
and kind of starting to cry. So, and then we get that portion of everybody else crying. I do think that we can say that that's in context because I don't know what else happened on the season that those ladies would be brought to tears about,
Everybody,
outside
no
of
dry eyes.
whatever is being said on this video from Karen. So again, it's kind of like say thinking outside the box, and I might have jumped off the cliff, but more so like again, we have to make sure that that statement is actually in context to her saying Karen is not like that person is not my friend as
Yeah.
Karen the person, and not really depicting who showed up to film this season versus who showed up to do this recording.
Mm-hmm. I get you. I agree. Okay, so
Hmm.
the runway show starts. The ladies who are not traumatized by dogs walk their dog. Even Wendy adopts to Eddie's surprise, but everyone decided that it's okay to have, oh no, someone decided it was okay to have a smoky explosion with these live animals, and some of the animals get scared and it's a poop disaster, and there was some vomiting going
Hmm.
on. Stacy says
Dry
that
heaving at least from Karen, Miss
yeah,
Overreactor.
on a plant on the
The
got
one who has planned to have her own event.
yeah,
And
own
now that I
animals.
think about it, she did the live podcast too. Remember when Giselle and
I remember
Robin?
this girl always. Can your old tail go sit down and think ain't nothing new under the sun? You go back to the old days when you was a young teeny bopper and remember something. You keep coming
Okay,
against these people.
okay.
Karen, stop. Who is your manager? Stop.
Well, listen. I can't say what I was gonna say because the man that passed away. Rest in peace.
I think his name. Oh, Matthew. Matthew. Rest in peace,
Yeah,
Matthew.
Matt. Right.
Matt. I think Matt was. I don't think he was the real manager. He was probably just. Okay, yeah. Let's just go on. Stacy says that that was not something she signed off on. What do you think happened? How did this explosion? It was supposed to be confetti. They
You
said.
know what I think? I think it was just faulty. I think maybe that was like the confetti was supposed to come out the same place, but for some
Mhm,
reason it didn't.
mhm,
Um, that's the only thing I can think of.
mhm.
I don't know why anybody would make that
That
type
was
of
not smart.
mistake when you knew you
Not
had
we
dogs and stuff
That's
around.
the rule number one when you have like animals on set. You're not supposed to make no loud noises. You're not supposed to. You like really supposed to be calm around them because they could snap. Like they'll start biting people. And these are
Hmm.
like adopt like dogs that are up for
Hmm.
adoption. Like they might have like past trauma. Y'all
Exactly.
like don't do that to
Exactly.
the poor animals. Y'all get it together.
Yeah.
Y'all know I love animals. Okay. So then, in classic housewives fashion, we have a run-in of how each housewife is doing. So we find out Kay moved out with Greg, but still wants a ring. Ashley still getting her freak on with Josh Harlow. Giselle is dating the guy Nate Nomi. I think that's his name.
Yes.
Wendy is teaching again, and of course, it's a course on reality TV.
Right.
And Stacy is on the final stages of her divorce. Mia and Ink are broken up, and she's spending
Allegedly.
allegedly, and she's spending family time with Gordon. And
And
last
we
but
can
not
see it
least,
all on Instagram.
yeah, she trying to hold it back.
Well, it's a dead giveaway with Demia Moore.
Yeah,
So I think that Giselle clocked it and other people clocked it too. Because you didn't start using that. Now, don't get me wrong. Mia, like I get the whole word
yeah,
play. But you didn't start using that until
until
you
that
and Ink,
relationship.
right. And that was y'all little love language. You know what I mean? So the fact that you're still using it
Uh huh.
would say to me that that's your small way of communicating with him, without communicating.
Yeah. Okay, and last but not least, the real reason why we doing a little rundown of everybody, what how they doing since the ending of the season. We talk about Karen. Now, we see her on the day of her trial with Mr. Supportive Ray. Ray is always that child. Ray done hired the security guard for you to hunch. Done
Honey,
got the
okay.
car. He down to the trial. He down to the police scene. He following the police car to the station. Like, come on.
Honey.
We need
Patience
a Ray.
of Job.
Everybody need a Ray. Mr. Ray, man. All right. with his great eyelashes. Okay. And as we all know, she's found guilty and body cam footage is released. Then we have the trailer for the reunion. What are your thoughts?
You know, my thoughts is let's get to it.
Woo!
We had to skip this week
We had the
because
Super
of the
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, let's get this show on the road. I think they again, Karen got off very easy this season. And I think she dug a big ditch for herself with her castmates and with the fans. And so yeah, we just ready to get to it. Let's see, get to it. And in real life too, let's get this sentencing out the way. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily foresee her having jail time. And really for me, it's the age, even though I know that it's reported that this is she's
Habitual.
had multiple DUIs. And so with that, it kind of gets a little shaky. But then I'm going back to her age. Unless this judge just really wants to make an example of her, but I don't necessarily see that being important either in this case. Um, I don't foresee her having jail time.
Okay. I don't know no more, child. I'm just ready to know. I don't know.
Yeah, right. We just ready to get to it.
Yeah. And it's like I'm ready to get to the reunion, but it's also like, child, it's gonna be 3 parts.
I know. And you know, the first part is always
Always
usually
getting
now,
ready,
even though,
makeup.
and again, so the most we really can hope for, and I want to make the statement that I think we can be confident they will show Karen in the beginning simply because we hear his intro that sounds like it's after he says hello to everybody and tell them how they looking.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So the most we really can hope for is that we get that part of her, knowing that that's probably the only time she is a part of this reunion, and
Mm-hmm.
so we can at least get what she has to say and dissect that for the first part. But
Yeah.
generally, first parts are just really like this catch up session.
Yeah. Makeup.
Unless the cast, that's what I mean. The New York to me was always good for, and New Jersey also was always good for bringing their own thunder, honey. Andy wasn't running a damn thing over there with him.
That's why both of them had to get reboot.
You're
Both
not
get
lying
reboot.
like that. It's so funny. You are so right.
I'm happy they
Andy
ain't
wasn't
completely
running a
reboot.
damn thing with those ladies, honey. They'd be like, damn this, these cards and whatever it is, whatever order you got us worked out in, because we
Uh-huh.
bringing it ourselves. Like this piece said,
I'm happy they didn't all the way reboot Atlanta though. But only person who came back who was from season 15 is Drew. So it's back. You don't like Drew? I like Drew.
and it's
I just
so
don't like
sad because she's from Chicago. I really wanted to like her, I really did. And not even like that whole when she came in and Latoya, like, I don't like you from the game. Like, I didn't like her character on the game. And I never knew her music. So
Yeah.
even when she was on the game, to know that she was an actual artist, I didn't know what she sang. So I didn't have any idea of what her personality was, or any expectation either. But no, no, that line stuff, that
Yeah.
like, oh,
It,
I cannot. That gaslighting,
yeah.
all of it, just and picking and the antics with the bone that she brought on the following
Yeah, the
season.
bone.
It's just she was just doing a whole lot.
Yeah.
And and the line, it was really the line. It was a
Yeah, it was
line for me.
unnecessary. All the
Yeah,
lies.
it was unnecessary.
Yeah. And it was,
Very much.
you know,
And I actually did hope for a reboot. Now listen, let me in my defense, because I'm not really sure if what they did is going to be any better. But in my defense for wanting the reboot, um, New York's reboot didn't really. It kind of seemed to go well that first season, at least, because this next season was a little bit different, and then it got real dark.
mhm.
However, it was nice to get that reboot. I think that when we look at these shows and we think about the time frame that they've been on, there is some type of refreshing that needs to happen.
I agree.
So going back to Atlanta and what they did, they do seem to be targeting a younger space.
Yeah.
Because you feel like me, if I've been watching Housewives since the beginning, we talking over a decade. You know what I mean? And everybody is changed. Even your taste in what you're watching changes.
Yes.
Um, so it did get to be a bit much watching these same ladies kind of not necessarily go through their same antics, but at the age that they are. At a certain point, I don't want to see 50 and 60-year-olds throwing glasses of wine at each other. Like, where they do that at? You know what I mean? Like on the Housewives. But anyway, but yeah, it's out of balance for some of the age groups. And so with Atlanta, I've called for a reboot just because I couldn't think of any type of scenario in which if it's not Nene, I don't know who else need, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
actually did. I love Portia. Portia is one of my fan favorites, but I actually at that time she didn't have the issue she has with Simon at that point.
Yeah.
And so I kind of had already pegged that Simon probably had a problem with her coming back on the show in the first place.
Mhm.
So I didn't really even expect her. I thought she would go off and probably be on TV again, but do some other stuff, like, and it wouldn't be housewife adjacent. But we're gonna see how it go. It feels really young and cheap right now. Maybe a little love and hip hop-ish 2.0, but maybe that's the vibe in Atlanta, because if it represents what's happening in Atlanta, and I think
Yeah.
it should, then okay, you know what I mean? But I did want a fresh reboot. I did. I think all of the housewives, well, outside of Orange County, and I'm sorry, y'all. I know you like what, but Orange County does a good job of
Keeping it fresh with the same people.
yeah, yeah, and just with the dynamics, some of it is still silly and everything, but it like they seem to have um a different setup than the rest. You know what I mean? So they kind of do, and I mean Salt Lake City is new and fresh, so yeah. But anybody that's been on these 10 years, how anybody that's been on these 10 years, probably can use at least a half cast refresh.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Well, I'm an old lady, so I can't let go of the old times. I don't never. I want.
Well, it's never gonna be the same. I
Yeah.
mean, and that's what I mean. Like, what I don't know if you ever watched The Office, but Andy on the show when it came to the end, he said, I wish somebody could tell me when we were in the good old days. Like, I wish when I was in the good old days, I knew that they would be the good old days. But yeah, it's the good old days. I don't think we won't get that freshness. We won't get that back again
Mhm.
unless the only way to get it is to have a fresh cast
Yeah.
because you have everybody on the same playing field. You really won't have or shouldn't have anybody trying to think they better than the other. You know what I mean? Like everybody just kind of comes in on the same level, much like what we got to experience as we entered the housewife universe.
Yeah. I agree. That's a nicely put. I agree. Okay, so let's
Hmm.
talk about Miss Married to Medicine. We're on
Let's
season 11.
go. Let's go, Married to Medicine. Thanks for joining us, Angela.
We're on season 11, episode 10, Battle of the Exes. We return to the couples trip, and the crew are still at the Hunger Games. They're still struggling, a lot of wipeouts, but we finally have a winning team, Team Goldfish. That's Steve, Dr. Mimi, Sisu, and Dr. Simone. Was it fair for Dr. Simone to team up with a dang on athlete? Cause wasn't the
I
whole
mean, the
idea?
man was there, and he was going. I guess whoever he was with was going to win.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I agree.
mm.
On the Goldfish team. So Dr. Havley debriefs Dr. Simone about inviting Apollo to the couples trip. all in the name of setting an example for how to be, happy coexisting divorcees. Do you think this is a good idea to help teach Quad and Dr. Greg how to move on, people?
No.
Yeah, that was just, it was
The
good for
good
TV.
idea would have been to leave Sweet Tea and Dr. Greg where they were at.
I really need, before Sweet Tea leave, you just got to come back strong. Have one good season and then leave us. I don't want you leaving us like defeated, Sweet Tea. Come on. I don't like that.
I mean, I don't either, but like, so as we get into what happened on this episode, Curtis makes a good point. And I don't want to jump ahead, but I'm just saying, yeah, that's just Dr. Heavenly being messy. And this is another thing we kind of should get away from. Maybe certain shows it's okay, but these reality stars producing themselves and trying to produce other, castmates, like
Mhm.
that's what we are really seeing
Yeah.
in actuality is Dr. Heavenly taking over the role of a producer
Mhm.
and producing the show.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Apollo has no business there either.
Yeah. So then the couples arrive to the scene, and we have Toya embarrassing Dr. Eugene again, saying
Doing what she do best.
that's their marriage now.
Spend his money and embarrass him.
He can have his shirt open, but it would be best if everybody else just keep their shirt on, except Steve too. Steve could have his shirt off. She also embarrassed him later in the episode, saying he was broke when they were first dating. Do you think this is okay behavior that Toya is exhibiting, or should she change, or should we just giggle and just mind our business? Child is working for them.
I feel like I wonder what Toya's purpose is in
Yeah,
it. You know what I
you
mean?
don't see it like okay. Everybody joke, cute Kiki, yeah, but it's like, it keep getting cringy and his
Yeah,
act.
it gets cringy because even making comments about who can keep their shirt open, like, listen, I'm this way. We all blind. I mean, excuse me, nobody is blind. You know what I mean? And so neither are you. As you get married, you can see people and you can see that they're attractive or see that they have muscles, and these things. And that's what I'm saying. I wonder what her purpose is. Is her purpose, is she producing herself to create that kind of thing, that banter in which she's always putting Eugene down? And I kind of at this point am feeling like it don't feel like good wife behavior. And what I mean, like I said, it's just a comment. It might be true, like the funny sarcasm of it is like, oh well, yeah, they all got bellies or whatever. But these are other people's husbands, boyfriends. This is a close group of friends. I don't know. It can't teeter, and then this is your husband. You know what I mean? So it might teeter a line, but he doesn't seem to mind. And I guess with that, that's what word on the curb say, giggle and mind our business. That's what, he doesn't seem to have a problem with it. So as long as he don't, what the black folks say, if you like it, I love it.
I love it. I love it. But I'm thinking now you was talking, I'm thinking like maybe she trying to put him down so he don't got enough confidence to leave. You know how people
Well, again, it feels like you say, it just gets cringy because,
yeah.
like, a few times maybe it just slip, or but you kind of do these things and it demeans and
Yeah.
diminishes him. In a, I'm not sure how y'all getting back to the bedroom. You know what I mean? Like, but he doesn't seem to mind. He keep buying houses.
Congratulations, y'all, on your
Yeah,
third.
congratulations, they on their third house.
Mhm.
Or is it? It might be the fifth house. No, I think it was the third house.
Hopefully
That they
we'll
were purchasing. It's the fifth move, but the
mhm.
third house that they purchasing. That's
Own
what
they
it is.
own this house. I think they built it from scratch. They said the
Mhm.
last house it wasn't built from scratch. It was like a frame. Like they already had like some construction done. And
Well, they must be designing it themselves.
mhm. The other
Yeah,
one,
I think that's what Dr. Jackie and Curtis did with their beautiful, beautiful house, honey. That how we haven't got to see a view like. Was this on the episode that view with her and Dr. Heavenly, or was it the episode before? I
it
can't.
was.
Oh
I
no,
think
it was the episode before because
yeah,
they,
when they
they go
went to the
on the
White
trip.
House. Yeah.
But let's just take a moment for that view, Dr. Jackie. And like I said, I didn't realize, and I guess I just wasn't paying attention because I do go back and remember them looking for land in the space and trying to
Uh-huh.
figure out like where it was going to be. But again, I didn't realize that they didn't use when you do like go into a subdivision and stuff. There are models and certain
Yeah.
things. So
That's
certain
what.
things you can customize, but like you saying, some of that frontal structure has to be out of what they already have created. Um, and so yeah, it seems like so they kind of are designing it themselves. She gonna tell us anything to make it sound more luxurious than it is, because she told us that was her dream house. I don't give a damn if it was pre-designed or not. You told us it was your dream house.
Yeah, we
So,
you done told us that lie.
exactly. And moved
So,
out of it a year later. Who does that?
and you keep doing that. Like, why? Why you ain't got no shame? But okay. The MAG has come to the conclusion that this is, in fact, not a pool party, baby. Instead of getting in a hot tub, there will be hot seats. Dr. Contessa says she feels like Eve, and she's super underdressed.
And she
At,
was.
yeah, she was shining and she was naked. She was ready to get on that pole.
And what did I tell y'all about Dr. Contessa? She right sitting up here
Oh,
on the doggone background. Listen, she showed up to that for this Cowboy Carter shoot. And don't get me wrong, listen, of course her body is amazing. But where are you going, Contessa? Like, why is it that she is always overdoing? She just is always what I call her a try hard. She tried too hard. And so she did it again. And she tried so hard, she just jumped right over the goal. Like you just
overachiever.
go right over the goal. Like you missed that all the way. And so yeah, because if we notice nobody else showed up, they might have had on like Phaedra's. And this is the thing, Phaedra, somebody could say she was overly, sexy, but I kind of prefer what she had on more than contestant. And again, we going back to you come like even if y'all was going to the pool, let's just put it clear. Even if y'all was going to the pool and that is what y'all end up doing, you with your husband, they with their husbands. Now, of course, you bathing suits are bathing suits, but where are you going, Contessa?
And
You
she
know,
had on
like
heels. She had on some stilettos.
this is my point. Where are you going, girl?
Nighttime.
You finna go, run around the pole or something, and you on a couple's trip, but this is not your romantic trip with your man. Like maybe if her and Scott was by themselves and she, decided to show up in the pool with that, cool. Yes, Phaedra's. I like Phaedra's outfit too. That's something that I would wear and buy. Yeah, but Contessa, honey, where are you going? That you saved that for you and Scott's trip without the kids.
Without the kids.
Without the kids, because where are you going? Well, like, can you imagine her showing up to the pool in that with her 4 kids tightened behind her?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going, Contessa?
Listen,
You know what? They just have to have some attention.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make sure they get it one way or the other.
She trying to make sure she come back for season 12. She missed her spot. She gonna make sure that she keep the audience interested so she can come back.
She trying hard. Are we interested though? Jump down in the comments and let us know.
Y'all want to Contessa for season 12?
Are we interested?
But listen, as a Negro American, was she supposed to think that a pool party meant we getting in the water? When do we get in the water at a pool party?
I do. So listen, now I might not swim and do all of that, but I'm gonna get in some water.
Yeah.
I just like I said, I feel like some of the castmates had bathing suits on, but they did what
Yeah.
any,
Like,
I guess, reasonable person would do on vacation, meeting up with somebody. You have cover ups on,
yeah.
you know what I mean? So like you kind of do a two outfits in one type
Yeah,
of deal
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
You know,
A
like you
good
can just
double.
pull off whatever you got on and you got your bathing suit underneath.
Hmm.
Contestant, where you going, girl? You act like you ain't never been nowhere.
She excited to be back. She
I
ready.
see. She way too excited. Are we interested? Do we want contestant back? Y'all know how I feel about it.
I want Contessa back. I want Sweet Tea back. Phaedra, please go ahead, going down
If
to Real Housewives.
Contessa comes back, she has to leave that Dr. Heavenly stuff alone.
I'm sure she learned her lesson. She
Did
got
she?
she's
Because
smart.
I don't know why
Smart.
she came back on it.
Because maybe for Dr. Scott, I don't know. That was not that was not the smartest thing. Especially
And
if
Contessa is
we
better than Sweet Tea. I don't know.
I don't know either.
One can't get right, one try too hard. I don't really know.
But I like both of them. I just didn't like Contessa keep trying to hold Dr. Heavily feet to the fire, and it's like, but Dr. Contessa, we all saw it. Season 8 was horrible. Like if you go back and watch season 8, even just if you watch the reunion, it was horrible, Contessa. So like, why are you trying to be mad at this lady? Because she was down to the YouTube reviewing the show. She was just reviewing what happened, and people was asking her questions. She kept trying to defend you. She said she was sorry, that she said she should have just left it completely alone.
And she should have.
Yeah.
I will say that there is a reasonable amount of Dr. Contessa having a gripe with Dr. Heavenly.
Uh-huh.
But the truth of the matter is, like we said about Sweet Tea, she down in the comments.
Yeah.
You like, and you know, I think the Carlos King, I feel like he has discussed this on one of his Monday night lives or one of the lives, but you know, just about reality shows, some or the stars actually kind of starting to perform to the comments.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I see in both of them.
Yeah.
So I feel like that again, that's the reason. And of course, I know Dr. Scott probably told her, like, we only coming back. I don't want no, you know, parts of it. Because that's the other thing. She wants to be Dr. Heavenly's friend. Oh, excuse me, y'all. She wants to be her friend. She understands what Dr. Heavenly was saying
Yeah.
because not only did we see it, she went through it, and she's
Yeah.
not a dummy. So we're not gonna play like she doesn't get it. You know what I mean? That
Very
love
smart.
is love, but she gets it. And what I think we see is Dr. Scott has made it clear that she needs to have a problem with Dr. Heavenly. I think whoever is up under her comments is making it clear that she needs to figure out, you know, she needs to tell Dr. Heavenly off or whatever, you know, be upset with Dr. Heavenly. But just from the antics they pulled, coming on the trip when she call herself hugging Dr. Heavenly and then body slammed or pulled her down to the ground. You know, like again, this is the try too hard. Like it came out of nowhere. Y'all already determined that y'all really not fooling with each other.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing, Dr. Contessa? But trying to figure out some way to smooth it over with her without going to that
It's
conversation.
like, but what you expect from Dr. Heavenly? What you thought she was gonna do? I don't know what the appropriate response would have been for you though.
Again, and that, but I think that, like Dr. Heavenly said,
Mm-hmm.
we think that Dr. Scott is controlling.
Yeah, we think he might have a
And I
problem.
think we see it even when we don't see it. Like he is controlling your emotion to Dr. Heavenly because he ain't feeling Dr. Heavenly because it was him she was talking crap about.
Yeah.
Now that's your husband. You know, y'all move as one. So I'm not saying if you ain't gonna, what Dr. Heavenly say, if you ain't gonna leave the man, quit talking about the man.
Quiet. Hush. Hush up.
Listen, that was some great advice.
It was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's some advice to live by now.
But now you've already kind of drudged up all of this mud, and so that's what I mean. Coming back, like you kind of have to have that feeling, unless you. But Doctor Scott clearly told you can't make up with this lady because really you just should have made up with her and let it go because that's clearly what we see her always wanting to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what's the move for the reunion and what's the move for Season 12, child, if she come back. So now here comes the couple game. And they're sitting right next to each other. I don't know how they were supposed to not cheat. Cause you playing a game and you supposed to be answering y'all right next to each other, writing it down. How y'all not gonna cheat? But okay, we already saw earlier in the day how competitive they are at the water game. Like the cup. Okay, so they ask questions like, what is the couple's parenting styles? How many times they making whoopee? I love the making whoopee reference. That's like from what's that old game show called?
The
Newlywed
dating game.
the newlywed game.
Okay, the newlywed game.
They used
Okay.
to say make whoopee. Okay, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we even find out King has a daughter. Things take a turn when the rum punch started punching Quad, child, knocking her every which way but loose. And she makes some tipsy comments about busting it wide open, having a baby, and hosting a baby shower. A shouting match ensues, and Dr. Simone gets a call from production, I mean the hotel, and shuts down the party. What are your thoughts?
Quad was a little bit out of line, but I guess the rum punch was punching, like you said. I don't think it was appropriate for her to make the joke and insinuate that she would throw the baby shower for Dr. G and Sweet Tea.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that Sweet Tea took the bait, and that's where this shouting match came from. But I kind of do think that Quad may have started it a little bit, you know. She said she meant that. She said them comments wasn't tipsy. She meant that. She ain't listen. I think you're right. You know, I think you're right. But again, I think it might have been a little bit out of line. I think it might have been a little bit antagonizing. And so
Yeah.
for that, I'm thinking maybe that's what the rum punch had to do with, because I don't think she would have given it that type of energy if the rum punch wasn't punching. You know what I mean? Like I think she just was feeling good, and like she just wanted to everybody know, right? Um, I think
15
with
times
her,
a day,
like,
good.
yeah, you right, yeah, like, and what are they doing all day? Do
15
these
times
people
a
work?
week. Yeah, I don't think they work in chat.
And
They gotta
15
be
times
on
a
some.
week, but that's a lot
That's 2 times a day. And then one day,
in
maybe
the
three
morning and
times.
at night.
Morning, wake up, go to sleep. Or let's catch you on the lunch
And,
break.
and you know, and the other part about that too is, now listen, I don't know if this means that we are used to Quad. Quad is a part of the group. Quad is more so a part of the group than, let's say, a Dr. Gregory. And maybe it's
Yeah,
because she started and never left, and it was
that big
all
old
her
personality.
being Dr. G's wife at that time just kind of implanted her spot there.
Mm-hmm.
But even to go and play this game with these couples that's been married, I mean, and not say because Dr. Greg and Sweet Tea only been a year, but you and King not even married. So I just thought it was a little bit maybe something you didn't even need to share because y'all in this honeymoon phase. I mean, of course you guys are screwing every chance you get. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why you can't see, you know, two ways from Sunday. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I thought she was antagonizing, and I thought she could
Yeah.
have handled that a little better.
But you remember last week what I said? I think it was just like she was over prepared. Like, all right, the train is coming. I know the train wreck coming. Let me just run into the train instead of letting the train hit me. I'm gonna take some
But
kind of
that's what
control
she
of.
did, honey.
Because you remember before the trip, she was prepping King, and she was like, they may bring up some things, da 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 da. So I think that's part of the situation. And the drink started talking to her, the
Mm-hmm.
punching of the rumming and then the humming and the. She probably just got done with time number 12, so she just feeling real good
Ain't
all
that
around
it?
the board.
Ain't that it?
So
And
that's kind
and here's the thing. I'm not really sure. Well, here we go back to the comments. You know what I mean? And this is Sweet Tea because I'm not sure that Quad plays to the comments, and maybe in a small way she does.
of.
But when we think about it in general, yeah, you are that man's ex-wife. He is remarried, and now you do have your own boyfriend. But let's just say, what is the problem between her and Sweet Tea? Why does anybody have an expectation of them having a problem? She was already divorced from that man.
Oh wow.
He was right. He was free. It was. I'm glad that he found somebody else to go marry. You know what I mean? Like, it isn't what we thought
That's what.
that happened.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that, and I'm like I say, just thinking and rehashing with that issue. I don't understand why the expectation was for them outside of everybody else creating the you moved in quiet house, like how I gotta get rid of quiet stuff. Like that was inappropriate. Just go ahead and get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because whatever she got there, honey, she clearly
She
didn't
ain't want
want
it.
it.
She ain't want
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and same with Quad. Like there, you don't have to antagonize her because we like what she say, I'm what you want to be. And this is not me down in Sweet Tea or anything,
Yeah.
but we know that we can see the differences between you all. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying whether Greg upgraded or downgraded, because whatever he's getting out that marriage, I hope he's getting what it is he was missing out of his first marriage. So
Mhm.
what the girl looked like, or how she behave, or what, or how she speak, all of that is secondary.
Mhm.
However, when you put these two women next to each other, and if you maybe list whatever people find qualifying, you know what I mean? Then Quad seems to be the more polished, maybe the better looking, and but with that being polished, like maybe not
Yeah.
naturally for some people, but whatever. She go get her hair fixed, she keep herself together, she walk around like she a bad bee.
Yeah.
And Sweet just ain't quite there yet. She won't even go get her some spanks. I don't know what's wrong with her or her stylist, but I
But
don't know. But
mhm.
you know, I just think Quad could not feed into that part.
Mhm. Well, we talked about inappropriate. So, do you think Dr. G's reaction to the whole thing was he being inappropriate? Cause if
With his
that
wife,
that
absolutely.
yeah, the way he was talking to her, and then why would you walk me? You try to like trick me, walk me to the hotel and then leave me. That would have set me off. Like, why are you leaving? Don't leave me in this
Right.
hotel by myself, and then I'm gonna
Girl, the
run
only
out.
thing that was missing was that little Fiat. What's that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's the
That
car
car.
you
Uh-huh.
said?
That car. Yeah, yeah. When he done drove
The
the whole car,
producer should have put him in when if he was driving a little
they gonna do it at the reunion.
golf cart. They should have
Uh-huh.
had him speeding off, yeah, on the golf cart.
They gonna probably do a flashback at the reunion. You know they messy down there.
But yeah, he definitely was inappropriate to his wife.
Yeah, that wasn't cool. That was
But I feel
especially.
like I understand it's the way he do it, and maybe he got little man syndrome. I think I mentioned that before. But I feel like he kind of has that same thought I'm feeling. It's like, why is there any problem between y'all?
I think it's a little bit confusing. It's like you don't want me to say nothing to her, but you can say something to her, and it's like you don't want me to say nothing to her. Is that because that's the love of your life, and you don't want me to argue with the love of your life, or is it like you don't want me to argue with her because you don't want the truth to come out? You don't want to rehash what you really did, and you telling me something else. Like what's why you don't want me
That's
to talk to her?
true. This is true.
So it's just like
Mini Cooper. Thank you. Word on the curb.
mini cool.
Yes, yes.
Well, that's
I
it.
mean, yeah, those
But
are valid. Those are valid points.
mhm.
So going to what Curtis had to say, I 1000% agree with him. I'm not listen, it is TV. I guess we wouldn't be talking about it if they had not shown up. So maybe for the sake of me having something to talk about, I'm glad they showed up.
Us
But I
as
definitely agree with Curtis. It's like I don't think he should have come back. I feel
if
like
he
that
was gonna
was the
handle it like this,
line drawn
especially
in the sand when they got a divorce. And
Yeah.
that was what Mariah was trying to get everybody on when they all picked Quad and turned against her. And that's the thing, like Quad last year. So, like I think she's just trying to maybe show up in what we call clock in.
Mhm.
Because, you know, oh, Mariah, like I say, when they turned on her and kicked her off the trip, that's where I was going. It's kind of like everybody should see if Mariah put them together and they was able to ban and turn against her. You got
Mhm.
to know that it's somebody is next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Quad, like, because I don't think Quad's personality, in a sense, is going to change. She don't hang out with them girls, and if you follow her on Instagram, you know this.
Yeah.
It's not, you know what I mean? She everywhere else but hanging out with Simone, Dr. Jackie, Dr. Heavenly, or she everywhere else with everybody else but them girls. And I don't know if it's the age group, I don't know if it's the professions, because listen, Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone still working. So is Dr. Heavenly, even though she got half days, honey, she half work. But so I'm just saying they have busy schedules. So maybe it is reasonable to not see them doing the things we see Quad doing. But
Mhm.
my point with that is Quad seems to need a different group of ladies. Maybe a little more younger, maybe just in a different space. And I believe that even though it was nasty, but I think that's what Mariah was trying to get them to want to see and understand. So again, going back to Dr. Greg's position, um that line was drawn in the sand at the moment that he left that show and pretty much handed it over to Quad. It was like she wanted in the divorce. And
Yeah.
so now you come back and of course they're going to create contention. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But it could be sweet tea to try not to have an issue with it. Because again, going back to her last season, she got mad about Quad showing up to her bachelorette party, but she never got mad at Phaedra.
Yeah. For bringing up. And that's supposed to be y'all family friend, the way your husband be talking to her and the way you be.
That's my point. Like, yeah, it was okay to say like, well, why she show up, but it's a cash show. You know what I mean? So if they invite her, she gonna show up. How she getting paid? So
Mhm.
you know what I mean? So you should have been mad at the person who didn't she throw it, or was it Toya that throw it? But you should have been mad at the person that brought her along.
Yeah. Yeah. Child, this reality TV. I'm
I'm
happy I got
telling
something
you.
to focus on my crazy life.
I'm telling you.
I'm excited about next week. We got the part one of the reunion, and we
Mm-hmm.
continuing on. I guess we're going to see about this Bridgerton theme party. I wonder what they celebrating. Who party
I
is it?
don't know. Yeah, I'll be excited to kind of see what that is. Now, what I did, now this is when we gonna see Contessa get it right. It looks like Contessa gonna look the best out of everybody. And what's funny about me even saying that, what the thought is, like, of course she did, because she's always in a costume.
Yeah,
That I
you did
think
say
that's
that.
the problem.
You did say that.
I think that is the problem. Like even going back, what was it? I had when Anelia,
Mhm.
you know who I'm talking
Anelia,
about.
Anelia,
Yeah,
I can't.
they had their Diwali celebration or one of them because they had two different
Yeah, it
things
was
that
like the
was
painting one, the colorful one.
yeah,
Holiday.
but they showed up in like it wasn't like a what you call it, it wasn't Indian attire. It
Uh huh.
looked like they went to Party City and got what Party City would have, Arabian or something. I don't know, but yeah, that like, so oddly enough, it is strange that Contessa is going to get this thing right. And
Mhm.
listen, I love a thing too, but I know how to dress on my own also. um but yeah, she gonna get it
Thing.
right on this one. But I'm most interested to see what is this all about.
Yeah, I want to know what they celebrating. What's the tea? I want to know,
Hmm.
child, what's the tea with the charges? You know, Dr. Heavily gonna spill it all. I'm gonna be right there as soon as she press go live. She ain't gonna forget to
Well,
press go
I
live like
did
I
see
did.
a small clip, and I wonder why he didn't. I wonder if somebody recorded it, and is it live from his live show at the City Winery with Dr. Heavenly? You know, she said Dr. Jackie gave everybody their money back. And
Yeah,
so
I
Dr.
heard that.
Jackie said everybody, she said, I did end up giving everybody their money back because everybody was complaining, or she was getting some complaints. You know, Dr. Jackie was trying to be diplomatic. And so she say, so I end up giving everybody their money. Dr. Heavenly say, well, we sent, you know, like who sent them back or something. So everybody but Phaedra, from what we gather, sent the
Wasn't it
money back.
it was everybody
Hmm?
but Toya, remember? I think it was everybody but
Oh
Toya.
yeah. Excuse me. I thought it was Phaedra, but Toya,
I
is
think
it
it might have been
Toya?
Toya. Everybody but
I
Toya
feel like it was
resent the
Phaedra. Well,
money
it was
back.
one of them.
Hold
It
on, we
was
gotta.
one of them.
What y'all think about T and Quad? Cause my opinion, I do not think Quad is jealous of them. That's a bunch of BS.
Another
An-
thing.
Another thing that's crazy is how is everyone else held accountable but Jackie.
So yeah, we listen. We
Jackie
don't
is
think
the
that
nemesis.
Quad is jealous of Sweet Tea as well. We don't think that, or look at me. We don't think, but no, but I don't think that there is anything for Quad to be jealous
Yeah.
of when it comes to Sweet Tea. Um, Quad seems to have been very adamant that she don't want to have kids. Like, there's not anything Sweet Tea is getting ready to do with Dr. Greg that Quad is gonna feel like she missed out on. And
The
rightfully so, because she married him first. That's what sounds so crazy about some of that. Um, and yeah, you know, I think that Dr. Jackie, I think she could be her, you know, her proximity to Dr. Heavenly is, I don't know if it's showing her in a different light or if this always has been Jackie and I have overlooked it. But Dr. Jackie has been a little shady in her own little way, and I think that the ladies could do better at holding her accountable.
mm-hmm. She's the medicine, so you know you gotta hold the. She got that prestigious permanent spot next to Andy. I posted my prediction of the reunion seating chart today. Y'all go check that out. And
Mm-hmm.
you know her and Simone always right next to Andy, so she's the
True.
medicine. She's not gonna be held accountable because she's supposed to be like the star to the doctor of the stars.
The
Been
grand dame of
of
medicine.
Atlanta, yes. She been between more Atlanta legs than the Migos and Drake and 21. She been between all the legs in Atlanta. So nobody gonna hold her accountable. I think she does do a little light shade here and there, but she does do her due diligence trying to bring the group together. Now she do some stuff that she need to, but I don't think it's
Mhm.
too bad. She ain't around here trying to break up happy homes or nothing.
That's true. That's true.
And what else you said about the jealousy thing? Obviously, everybody know nope, Quad is not jealous of no damn Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea is getting that information from Gregory. What's his
In
middle
her
name?
comment section.
Comment section. Gregory Seth, whatever she said the middle name was. Lumpsford. That's who's saying that. Um, and what she's holding that, oh, Quad want my life, Quad, she missed having been married to a doctor, because I don't know if you saw this, but I posted this clip about her saying Quad contacted Dr. Greg about getting tints on her car, like, because she needed the doctor to know, because I know in Miami that's a thing, like, it's
If you
illegal to
want to do it
have,
darker than what
yeah,
the
5%
limit is,
tint. Like, you'll
okay.
get pulled over, you'll get a ticket. But like, if you like got a doctor's note, you need like special provisions, and it'll be legal for you to have that 5% tint. So she said that Dr. G told her that Quad contact her trying to get a signature child. So that was what she was holding over the head, like, oh, she wants my life. She missed having that status, miss having, that connection to a
Listen,
doctor.
Sweet Tea is not the smartest crayon or the brightest crayon in the
I think she
box.
just letting that man lie to her,
Yeah.
because it's just, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she that dumb. She can't be.
Well, my mom used to say this little corny joke, and she used to say she need to put down the mustard and ketchup.
Catch it up. Catch up.
And yeah, she needs to
So
catch up. She
do you
not
think
too
she gonna
quick.
have that baby? I think if her uterus allow it, but I don't know if the Lord gonna allow it.
I listen, I did feel like, and maybe that's what, maybe she is battling that also, and
Yeah,
without having to say so, like
yeah,
now she is kind of coming for quiet because there needs to be something. But it was quite interesting. And then I don't want to sound like I'm beating up somebody who has, issues or
yeah.
fertility issues, but
Mhm.
it was interesting to me that at her age, that she goes to the doctor and seemingly found these things out for the first time without knowing. I think that there are symptoms and things that happen and take place that there's some of this you knew. Maybe not. And then this lady is military, so she has
Yeah,
health
benefits.
insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Girl, be
So
careful now. Them people gonna come after you because I done seen some people trying to come after people talk about, oh, you gotta go through surgery to be diagnosed, but at the same time, you still have symptoms and
yeah,
you still
that's
put
kind of what
in
I'm saying. Like
Google
there
and
is probably some portion of it she didn't go as far
yeah,
as to find out some. But I'll put it this way, and I'll say it because it's the first thing that that your doctor is gonna do when you go and you tell them you having painful
period.
menstrual, or you bleed, or you having heavy menstrual.
Mhm,
First thing they're gonna do is send you for an ultrasound.
mhm,
And it's going to be a transvaginal ultrasound.
mhm.
And the point in that is, so the probably the easiest thing to find out that you have is fibroids.
Yeah,
You know what
that's
I
what
mean?
they love
Like
to
that, like you're gonna find that out.
say. Mhm.
Now, what they do to treat it, and you know what I mean, and that type of thing, that is where the healthcare system is failing, especially when it comes to African American women, just
Very important.
because it affects us mostly.
Yes.
And again, the way that you have to go through, the way that you try to have them removed, whatever those issues are after that fact. So again, there's some portion of what she knew she had, and somebody did tell her that having fibroids can be it can cause issues with you getting pregnant or in your pregnancy.
Mhm.
So I feel like she had that basic information. Now,
Yeah.
again, going back to find how many, going in to see if she can, do X, Y, and Z. It seems to me that at the end of the day, she's probably going to have to do some type of in vitro,
Ain't they
some type
trying? They trying though right now.
of. I hope, and so for that, let's hope that it does take
But
for
she
her.
keep talking about she's stressing out. You gotta stop reading the comments. You gotta just tell Greg to go take a chill pill, go down to the golf, go do what you gotta do. Just don't. You trying to keep blaming the show, but you on a reality TV show and you reading the comments and what do you think was gonna happen? What do you think
Yeah,
was gonna
exactly. And you let the comments and your
push
castmates
you?
put you up against quads for whatever reason,
Yeah,
because you really have no reason to have a problem with that lady.
yeah. To me, it seems as if Toya has calmed down a lot. What y'all think? Child, Toya calmed down in the beginning. I was proud of her for not picking on her husband. Now she every other episode picking on that man. Talk about his titties bigger than hers. Okay, she ain't.
Yeah, we kind of said Toya she probably needs to reevaluate her wife duties and how she's showing up for her husband. But again, he like it, we love it. Toya seems like a fun girl,
Yeah,
but I'm like, it's getting cringy the way she put down Dr. G. It's
yeah.
getting cringy to see her comment on other people's husbands and boyfriends.
Yeah, she was very interested in the 15 times a day.
Yeah.
Nine, like, ooh,
Yeah, and let's not forget they already tried to say that
a
lady
week.
was cheating with somebody in her
Oh yeah,
neighborhood.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We
So
ain't
like
forget
that's
about
not,
that.
like these things are not making it any better.
And I don't see how a psych doctor can write you something for tense because that's not his specialty. Or am I tripping? I thought that too. So I'm like, does he have that power? But I
Yeah,
think
I'm
he
not
went to.
sure.
I think he went to. He was gonna be. I don't know, child. I don't know. I really don't know if it matters. Maybe she just wanted to show, like, if she got pulled over, just show the paper of
Now the funny thing is
let her
there is, and I feel like maybe he is like, is he's a
qualify.
psychiatrist? What's the other term for the other doctor? Because the difference between them two, they both are kind of like mental doctors,
The
but the
therapist.
difference would be the ability to write scripts.
Yeah, the
Uh,
psychiatrist can write prescriptions. I think
yeah.
the therapist can't write. They
So
just
I
give
do think
advice.
he is somebody who can write a script
Mhm.
and possibly, I guess, I
Yeah.
don't know what it would be,
But
like what the diagnosis would be per se, but
if it's a lie, I think it's a lie that Dr. G told Sweet Tea. I don't think Quad came up, and if that's the case, if
it's a
Quad really didn't
scheme
need
that
no,
Todd set up for the
yeah,
bush.
yeah, Dr. G is taught in this situation. Oh my God, girl, I said the same thing, and she even said she had a honorable discharge due to disability. Yeah, she getting them benefits for she
Yeah,
100%
and listen, now I'm not
disability.
saying she might not have to wait forever in the day. I'm just saying she old enough to have known some basic information about what was going on with her.
And we need to do
And as
better.
far as we've come at this point.
We need to do better with reproductive education though, because a lot of people don't know a lot of things, and we is hunching, and we need to know. We need to know
Yeah,
what's going on. We need
yeah.
to know you when you could get pregnant, when you can't get pregnant, what this is. We can't be scared to ask questions. We can't be scared to prep. We can't. We got to normalize periods. We got a lot of work to do, child.
Right, definitely, definitely.
And that's what y'all. And what's y'all take on Apollo and Phaedra situation? Because I've been watching them for a minute, and one thing I know about them too, they will always come together to make a. Yep, that's what they're doing right now. But Phaedra, okay, so Dr. Heavily was like, she ain't know Apollo was filming with Phaedra because you know that scene when he picked up the babies, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
but that's why she called Phaedra. I'm inviting Apollo, but this is off camera. She was like, I know what Apollo doing. Apollo ain't making no moves without me. Da 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 da. But I guess she was like, oh, Apollo trying to do something. Okay, let me go ahead and invite his friend on the
Mm-hmm.
trip. But
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't gonna bring Shireen, his wife, or whatever Shireen, whatever her name is.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't gonna bring her because he already knew they don't get along. Phaedra and the
Mm-hmm.
wife don't get along because alleged cheating and all that, blah blah blah. So he found out that check was coming. So he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm bringing my wife. I'm not gonna just come on a trip and I'm looking dumb." So then, child, they got into it. I can't wait to see it, child.
Wait, he didn't bring Shireen.
He did.
No,
Apollo
he
brought
did
her.
because when I think on the clip we saw it, they asked Dr. Heavenly did ask him if where was she at, and he
And he was
said
like,
she
she
stayed
can't
back.
make it. But he
Yeah.
found out. He found out
Oh, that
that
she
check
was
was
there.
coming. He thought that Phaedra was coming to the couple trip alone, and he was just gonna come.
Oh, so he ended up
So he
telling her to
found
come home.
out, and he last minute she ended up coming. So
Ah,
Phaedra
because
ended
we
up
did see there. There is you right because on the clip on like the previews when before the season started, we
mhm.
did see what looked like both him and Shireen walking up to
Yes,
whatever
on
boat
the boat.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Phaedra was hugged up with Chet.
Oh, so
So,
that's where she come from talking about she don't know why he worried about who she dating.
mhm. And then
Okay,
Dr.
okay.
Heavily, Dr. Heavily said that Phaedra done tongue kissed the man in front of Apollo and all. Child.
We know how she get down, honey, because I could have threw up in my mouth when she did that on Atlanta.
I think it's Greg. Why they can't get pregnant? Look how long it didn't happen with Quad. Quad was secretly
Quad
on
was on
birth
birth
control.
control.
Quad was down there swallowing birth, trying to overdose.
Okay, IUD, honey, like something she had to go have surgically removed. But when she decided she wanted to
Yeah,
have a
she
baby,
was she
like
was she was down to the Planned Parenthood, child. But it
no,
probably is
it
Dr.
could
G
be
too.
Dr. G. But again, with her going and kind of already verifying the issues that she having, it do sound like it's probably more
Dr.
issues
Greg.
her way.
Honestly, do y'all think Dr. Damon cheated on Heavenly? Cause for real, I don't think so. Like, why they coming for Dr. Damon? He's cool. He's a cool dude. Out of all them, Dr. Damon stays low and out of all the crap, and I love that he balances Hell. And Dr. Hell plays her part like she was supposed to, but I hope that Dr. Damon don't get tired and bounce. Do y'all think Mariah has some extra receipts? It's mighty funny how she announced she had receipts. She was off the show. Child.
So we don't ever know what anybody doing.
Yeah.
Number one, you
100%.
know what I mean.
And Dr.
So
Heavily says that too.
And listen, has Dr. Damon presented any type of character that would make me believe it? No, that's the answer.
Yeah.
And then the way that we see them behave in their marriage, there doesn't seem to be any discord
Yeah.
that would say that he would be stepping out. She not downing him the way Toya is doing Eugene. She not embarrassing him. I mean, outside of her antics, but he doesn't seem to be embarrassed
Yeah.
about her antics. And
He know it's a show. He child my wife down there
I
acting.
think the Mariah hair receipts. The thing about it is, if you got them, bring them. Why bring them up?
Got
You
him.
know
She
what I
got
mean?
no receipts.
So
Just
Dr. Contessa kind of threw out that same thing, like, oh, I'm not worried about having biracial
she
outside
is
babies,
worried. She
huh?
is. She is worried.
Yeah, so thank you, honey. But as far as like, is it anything I'm biting and trying to wait and see or figure
No.
out?
Not
Mm-mm.
holding my breath.
Yeah, no, mm-mm. That
Yeah.
man love his wife. And
100%.
he do a good job at. If he is, I'd be shocked. Just pick me. I dead to the bed, honey. Just pick me up off the floor because it's no like it would be the biggest shock and surprise ever.
Me too. I don't think he cheated or Mariah had no receipts. Mariah pulled the stunt and it did what it was supposed to do in that moment. It was supposed to shake up Dr. Heavily. She was shook. She was quiet. She said she went home and said, "Hey, nigga, you don't embarrass me down to the damn Bravo. You got something going on." She said she got some receipts. What's up? And she
Right,
said that he said, I don't got nothing going on. Tell her to show him.
right.
She said she got him. Tell him to show him. And then next scene, you see Heavily got her confidence back. She was like, "Show him. Let me see him. Let me see him." And we ain't seen him since, child. She had every other excuse.
That's the truth.
Brandi, is it me or did Dr. Contessa lose a lot, child?
She did, but she remember her last season. We know we always watch Dr. Contessa trying to find herself. And listen, I call her try too hard. Okay, she tried too hard. But remember the last season she was on, she was doing the fitness competition. So
Yeah.
that's really what we're seeing is that body. Because part of the fitness competition, outside of being fit and trim, is very little body fat.
Yeah.
And so she looks amazing in that terms of, you know what I mean, like that. But she just can't dress. Oh, baby.
I'm mad there's people on here and I'm the only one engaging, but I love y'all because y'all are
Oh, thank
cute.
you so much.
Back
We love you
again next
too.
week.
Hey, yes, y'all need to get in here and engage, child.
Let's talk.
Engage with us.
Let's
Make
talk.
sure you subscribe. Make sure you liking the video.
Yes. Show us
Get
some love.
on in. Show your face. Show your face. Speak up. Tell us what you think.
We see y'all in here. Y'all come on talk. We
Okay.
already reviewed the season finale of Potomac. We talked about them girls, what they got going on. We done talked
Yeah,
about
so Jay Steyer, what do you think? What's your views on the season for Potomac? Are we giving rate 1 to 10? She said, "I wonder if Anila, we just brought her up, still living in that same house that got robbed twice. I'm not sure. For some reason, I think she do. I would believe that she does. Toya and Jean, the only one that's moving every 2 years. They built their dream house and they're gonna stay in it for a while.
hopefully letting them kids get some
Stability.
stability. That's the word right there.
Well, I was talking about Anila. Like they just seem like they don't seem like they was gonna up and move around somewhere else. But yeah, hopefully they designing their own home. It's dream house number 2. And I guess in this world, you be lucky to get one dream house. You even more lucky if you can build 2. So
Bless, child,
again,
bless.
let's cheers to that.
I really wonder what the hell Karen gonna do. Like, why she downplay a DUI like that, and then Messy Mia and Gordon.
Let's talk about Messy Mia and Gordon for a minute because they are gonna go in on her, and rightfully so. She deserves it.
Yeah, 100%.
At the reunion, but What do we think? Do we think that there is a way to break her? Do like for some reason, the more I see these clips of the reunion and kind of see her, she does seem to be a little defeated. And do we think that that's something that's enough? No, okay, she like the limelight a little too much. She coming
Oh wait,
back,
we talking about
big
Karen?
girl of high water. She don't give a damn who she got to
Listen,
steal,
we
sell
just
out.
we just talked about it. She was depressed about the end it all.
Remember,
Then she got
I
activated.
told you that that was an act.
Yeah, it's an act. She ain't learned her lesson. If you 63 years old and you around here punching young men on the way home to your husband who hired the young man, you ain't humble. You ain't willing to humble down. You stuck in your ways. Now you it's crazy. Housewife, I love you too, boo. I love you.
Yay. Yeah, yeah, but I did think about that. I was like, she did seem to look defeated because I think that, and this is something when you watch reality TV, Housewives Universe, otherwise, it's
Hmm.
really interesting to see the person who does a lot for attention.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't go the way that they wanted it to go,
Ooh.
how, you know what I mean? How it kind of affects them.
Yeah.
Because she did her own self a disservice by selling out her family. I'm glad that Kiana is going to bring up that because I think I had mentioned that in one of our lives. It's like I can't get with this. Kind of selling out your family and all y'all dark secrets and things. For this show, exploiting. That's the
Yeah.
word. Exploiting your family and situations. And these kids. It's one thing to I guess display whatever your marriage is, or whatever you have personally going on. But it's another thing to bring a topic up like the paternity of your children
Hmm.
as fodder for the social media, for the producers to do this weird spanning the cameras over the kids' faces and back to ink. You know what I mean? Like you really opened up a huge door for that unfortunate thing, and more so it's these kids. Like that cringy scene where we see the little girl telling Gordon, like, I don't want mommy to marry Ink, like cringe,
Yeah.
like, oh my God. And I'm hoping that maybe, again, that's what I say. Do we think that Mia is just willing to sell? Did she already sell her soul and there's no coming back? Because I will hope that watching this play out, if she watches the episode,
Hmm.
I would hope that she can see a little bit more of what it is we talking about. Because it's
I
not
think.
about you being transparent. It's not about, like just telling the story. It's that these are your kids, and damn girl, like for real,
I
they
think
don't
she's
find
making that.
out because it's all over Peacock and the internet.
I think that's her part of her effort of so-called breaking up with Ink and showing up with posting up with G. I think that's she
But
trying to like
again, we know that that's not true.
she trying to like scale it back, trying to run it back. All right, y'all, I was wrong. Let me see. Y'all like this better?
It's kind of she doing the same thing, playing for the comments. Then you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because again, that's what I'm saying. It's interesting when you can see somebody performing and
Mhm.
it doesn't go that way. Because again, she might want us to think that, but none of us think that. Like we was born at night. It wasn't last night, girl. Like, come on. And you are on a show that's been on for 9 years. We've been watching Housewives for 15 years. Like, here's an old saying. I like to say it. You can't slick a can of oil. Like, who you think you fooling?
Mhm. Mhm. Child Robin was I think she got friend of. Oh no, maybe she didn't get asked back at all. And maybe
No,
management
she didn't get asked
agent.
back at all.
Yeah.
Remember, it was the whole thing with her going on Patreon. She had
Yeah.
went through that whole season, and Rob
Mhm.
and Juan, because we had got past him paying the hotel receipt, but it was
Mhm.
something else that happened. After that, it wasn't the laundromat. I don't know, some other crazy stuff. And yeah, she went and released all the information, or maybe it was the hotel, but she released all the information on the paid blog. Andy brought her on, but I don't like, and that's a big no in
Yeah,
Housewives to do something like that. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
You're
Because
supposed to bring
here
it
it
on
is, we
the show.
paying you thousands of dollars. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? To say this stuff right here. Like,
and
and
you
you gonna
putting
go
up
and
$5.
charge these people to go pay, you know what I mean, to go hit over there,
Yeah, on
then you can
Patreon.
stay over there.
Yeah. So yeah, I
I
think
have seen
maybe
it on traders. I'm sorry.
agents and management got her on traders, trying to hustle, trying to get, make up the difference for not being on the show this season, trying to get some money and come in.
Well,
But
you know,
Brandi,
part of the traders thing too is to have reality stars.
mm-hmm.
So they do have quite a bit of housewives,
I think it's
current and old, and then
because they're part
Survivor, people
of the
from Survivor,
wheelhouse,
people from Big Brother.
NBC wheelhouse, the whole NBC show.
Yeah, exactly,
That's like
exactly.
all in
Yep,
the
yep,
same
yep.
family. Yeah, but Brandi watches traders. I don't watch traders, so she could tell you more about.
Well, I do watch traders, and so no, I don't think she left because she was doing that. You know, the thing I think with their schedules and being able to do other stuff is you probably can't be under contract. But like you say, if that's an NBC Peacock show, it
Mm-hmm.
probably was something she would have been able to do as long as it was off season
Yeah,
from filming, Housewives. But no, they did not ask her back.
yeah,
She actually was fired. And like I
yeah.
said, it was for that wine situation. Because remember that came out after the reunion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Go ahead. And I'm confused. Is Gordon the little fella's dad? And this ink dude, what y'all think about him? Is Mia carrying him? Do you think Gordon is to the point he's tired of pretending? No. Listen, Gordon is gonna hang on to Mia as long as she'll stay
Mia
around.
paying the bills.
Yeah, well, he's already kind of said that he was okay with an arrangement. He just asked her to be respectful
Yeah.
about it. So yeah, I don't think he's fed up.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion, and I hate to do this again but it's Mia's fault because she put it all out here. For my opinion, I thought it was interesting that Ink is adamant about being that boy's dad.
Child's father.
And so he do kind of look like him to me. Now I'm not a facial recognition expert or anything,
You
but
ain't AI.
the way they was panning over their people's faces, and maybe it's the hairstyle, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that boy do look like him to me. And
The
the
boy
little
look
girl
like.
does look like Gordon. But the funny and the fact that they would have similarity is, well, they have the same mother.
Yeah.
So, but I do think that boy has that man's face.
I think the boy look like Mia to me. He look just like Mia to me. Just like Mia. I
You
don't
talking
see
about because the oldest one does, but
the boy. Oh no, the oldest boy, not the oldest boy. I'm talking
mhm,
about what's his name? Jeremiah.
mhm.
Jeremiah look like Mia to me. I got them black
Now
hair.
maybe that's what I see then.
I don't know. I'm not the best. I'm not the Maury person. This you got to
Yeah,
take
I
the
mean
old
me
and I'm
either.
not the best person at that. So I could be wrong too. Go ahead, just go and take the test, child. I don't believe Gordon really took that test, child. Gordon just be
I
trying
don't either because
to get
Gordon wants
cherry
that. Now,
blossom.
I think he wants that to go away.
Yeah. Truthfully, it's actually divorced yet, child. No. And do y'all
Right.
think Ashley husband tried to make it past a one before? Let me stop. Child, yeah, we
You done
looked at
pulled
it
that
on
up out
both.
your little tail.
Okay. He tried to make a pass at everybody passed by him trying to make a pass. He trying to make a pass.
Who, Ashley or Mike?
Ashley husband.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see Ashley husband. Oh yeah. Oh God, Michael was in love with Juan.
And everybody else too, child. I'm glad that Candace had a baby. I really hope that humbled her. She seems
Well,
happy.
it'd be nice if we could see.
Yeah. I think she might sit down one more season. I don't think she's gonna come right back. I don't think she coming.
It'd be nice if we could see if
Mm-hmm.
they if it has. I kind of missed Candace this season, and not to say that her absence was necessarily noticeable,
Yeah.
but I just I think maybe we could have. I don't know. We probably wouldn't have got too much more out of Karen. So she may not have kind of. She probably gave me some nasty reads about this mess she came out with. Now that is probably what I would have missed.
But I love how Candace is handling it. She don't tweet about it. She don't talk about it. She just go about her own life. She got her baby Jet. She just chilling, vibing. She got a husband. That's exactly how you do it. That's exactly how you walk away from the show, girl. You
That's
doing right.
correct.
Keep it up.
Protect your peace, girl.
Yes. Have another baby. Okay. Who would y'all bring back to on Potomac, and who would y'all let go? And the same questions for Married to Medicine. I was gonna make a video about this, but you go ahead first, Brandi.
Okay, I gotta go first. Okay, so who am I bringing back for Potomac? I do want Stacy back. I can say that first off. Stacy. We're gonna bring Giselle back, because I think we see Giselle moving into a new space. I think she had a softer year this year.
Yes.
I love seeing her with her girls. And so maybe with them being off at school, coming to visit, depending on filming schedule, I would look forward to seeing more of those types of moments. And then I look forward to seeing her just be an empty nester and maybe let her hair down a lot. You know what I mean? I think that's cute. And for the age group, you know what I mean, that's watching. So we're gonna bring Giselle back. We're not gonna bring Kierna back. And listen, Kiana is on the fence. She probably can come back as a friend. Because I guess I would like to see, we want to know if she ends up getting this ring from this raggedy man, or if she go ahead and stay gone, which that's my suggestion for her. So we're going to bring her back as a friend. Karen, I don't think that I'm bringing Karen back on my list. And that's unfortunate because she is, kind of the staple, and she is Potomac, I guess, because she likes to tell everybody they not. But I'm disappointed in her. And as punishment, or not even punishment, because I ain't nobody's punisher, but for me, because of the behavior from this season, and then subsequently the truth that we found out, whether somebody was in her car or not is kind of secondary, because she could have behaved much better in the season. And so I didn't like that. And so, yeah, Karen, you probably, what they call it, we need to put her on ice.
Yeah.
And clearly she needs some ice, because
On
she
pause.
might need to get herself together, and she might need a little longer than the 3-4 months they stay off work to do that. So who I got? I got
Mia. What about me?
are we bringing Ashley back? Ashley, I don't want her back. No, I don't. I'm over Ashley. I'm over Ashley and her antics. Maybe she could go on Traders. She probably wouldn't last long, but maybe we can see over there. Or maybe Ultimate Girls Trip. Maybe I don't even know if they're gonna do another one of them.
They need to.
The last one they filmed, honey, it ended
Morocco.
with Caroline trying to sue somebody, so they might have been like, "F this."
Yeah.
But anyhow, so I think that would be something good for her. So yeah, Ashley can go. Mia. And so who's left? Mia and Wendy. Wendy can come back. We can. I want to see more of Wendy. And I like to see where she's going from here. Mia and Jacqueline. Mia and Jacqueline. Somebody got to be messy, and Mia don't mind playing in the mud. So I think for that reason, we can bring her back.
Okay.
And here's the other thing: the difference between, because I never really cared. I remember always wanting Kenya. This is sidebar. However, one difference, because Mia gets on my last nerves, and I don't like her lies either. But at least she exploiting her own life. And she's not going out, trying to tear down anybody else's secrets, you know what I mean? None of that. And so listen, Funky Dineva always say, like, I ain't gonna let you spray me with my own tea. So if you know that something might come out that this boy is somebody else's, I don't agree with the way it was done, but I get it, and so that's what I mean. She actually can come back. Because listen, we do need a messy Bessie, and she don't mind, spilling her own shit. or giving us her own mess,
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's who I'm bringing back from Potomac. What
What
about?
Okay, me, child. I could pretend to be analytical, child. Just bring them all back. Let's just come on back. I ain't even go play. Just bring them all back. I'm interested in everybody. I love everybody. Um, if I have to say one person to stay, maybe either Karen or Kiana.
If one person do what?
If I have to say one person, they gotta go.
Yeah,
I would say
okay.
either Karen or Kiana.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Kiana,
good.
I like Kiana. I just didn't really see it. It was a friend of. It was giving friend
Yeah,
of. It wasn't
and
giving
that's why I
wife.
think I'm like she actually can, but just as a friend of, like,
Yeah.
because I feel like and again, that friend of will give her some space to, I
Grow.
guess, start filming without Greg and without that type of thing over her,
Mm-hmm.
and so maybe we'll see her blossom. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because I think she has something to give. I like that she has that beauty spot and everything. So I
Yeah.
don't know, but yeah,
Yeah.
so.
What about
Listen,
Mary?
Housewife Azara is so nice to everybody. I am the most judgmental of the two. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it, and it don't mean no harm. I
Mm-hmm.
just am gonna tell you how I feel about it. So let's go to Married to Medicine.
Mary
Now
to
I'm
Mary.
gonna tell y'all what. Quad, I think I've already said this, and it's not because Quad isn't whatever it is that people think she is, but she can actually go. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? And it's not even picking Quad over Sweet Tea or Sweet
Yeah.
Tea over Quad. It's not even
Yeah.
about that. But again, just going back to what I said earlier, is I do think Quad has a different set of friends. Think Quad does treat this is their job, but I
Yeah.
think the thing about Married to Medicine that sets them apart from the other housewives in this
Mm-hmm.
universe is that they do have these relationships that do take place off camera. Quad is not a part of that. And so it does throw the dynamic off when they get back to filming, because here come Quad with all of her soliloquies, and everybody is always doing her wrong, and and you tried to kill me and I was dead, and
I love Miss Quad.
unalive, excuse me, but so yeah, Quad is can go,
Mm-hmm.
honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm bringing back Dr. Jackie Simone. I'm bringing back Dr. Heavenly. I'm bringing back Toya. You know,
Core 5 except Quad.
yeah, yeah. And Sweet Tea,
Hit or
um,
miss.
well, I would say maybe she can come back as a friend of, but I don't know who
Who
she
the friend?
is. Right.
But what about Dr. Contessa?
Y'all know how I feel about Dr. Contessa. Contessa can come back if she have a conversation with her husband.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so for me, everybody come back except Phaedra Child. She already
Oh
down for
yeah,
Atlanta. That's
I
that's
forgot
no.
Phaedra was even a part of that. Sorry.
I love Miss Quad. Miss Quad got to come back. Miss Quad is married to medicine. Dr. Jackie,
Oh,
she's just a breakout star from episode 1. I love Miss Quad and I love Mariah, but I had to pick when they done. When they fell out, it was not. I just was like, I can't wait for them to get back together. I already knew they was gonna be.
yeah.
I
I
knew
can
they was
admit
gonna be
I
back.
never thought that it would go this far. I
And it was
agree.
so quick. It was so fat, so strong, so
Hmm.
down, and then it just slipped like that. I'm like, what's going on? But yes, I love Quad ever since the beginning. Quad, she's very extra, she's very drama, but it's just like who can't love that personality? Like she
I
just
don't. So don't get me wrong. I mean, saying
mhm,
she can't come back is not me disliking her. I
mhm,
do like her,
mhm,
and I do think she's fine. I
mhm.
just think that she throws off the dynamics because she's not interested in them
Yeah, she
girls.
was she was wrong because yeah, sometimes she does show up for certain events, and they do show up
Mhm.
for her for certain events because some people was there for King birthday, da 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 da.
Mhm.
And but Dr. Heavily with Carlos King, with they had that little thing situation. Dr. Simone was there. Dr.
Jackie.
Jackie was there.
Mm-hmm.
Then she said all the camera crew. She said the
Mm-hmm.
producers was there. She said who else? I think Dr. Alicia was there.
Okay.
Um, but Miss Quad, you was down to the Africa with King.
Well, she might have been hanging out with Yandy. They could have been at dinner. They could have
You was
been,
supposed to
like you
show up
said,
for your
out in
girl.
Ghana.
But maybe
You
she
know.
felt like it might have, they might have had some tough questions for her in the crowd. Maybe that's another reason. But
No,
still,
she don't hang with those girls.
you were supposed to show up for Dr. Heather.
And that's always they gripe with her every year.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. We see this. She does not show up for them. Yeah. Like, and so again, that's not her group of girls. She is younger than them. That, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I get it. You know, like I kind of get it. And now you are the breakout star. You are hot stuff. Like you probably came on thinking you hot stuff, but now it is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you hang with the it people. And Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone and even Dr. Heavenly. Like Dr. Heavenly is teetering the line, but they're not trying to be in that same crowd that you want to be in and a part of. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And neither is Toya. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Mimi, I was worried about her, but I kind of like her. I kind of maybe.
The jury's still out for me.
Yeah, I was worried. I was thinking she was going. I'm not this. She ain't gonna have nothing to say. But I like her a little bit. She doing her job. Dr. Contessa, yes, come back. Sweet Tea Girl, you better come back. Don't be no don't. I know it's tough. I can't even imagine what she's going through. I know she's going through a lot. She worked full time. Dr. Greg got her working full time at his office. Child, she got her own job. She got to come home, cook. She got to worry about having this man baby, and he gonna still be having your behind working. You think he gonna have a baby and he gonna let you sit in the house? You gonna be working full time, 2 full-time jobs again with this newborn baby, and he gonna be ready to have another one. Talk about I want to have wanting to have a bunch of kids.
Well, I guess that's what she get for sliding that man DM, telling him that she would.
She said she was ready. She said she want to have an age gap relationship. And that child too much. But yeah, Sweet Tea, come back. Don't leave on a negative note. Don't leave defeated. I can't. I would be so. That'd be the worst thing in history. Like that'd go down. Like no, don't go down like that, Sweet Tea. Come back. Come back fat. Well, not like fabulous. Like you got to come with the fashions, but come back confident. Like you can't
come back with some Spanx and a good bra from Word on the Curb.
A good bra, a good fitting bra. And just come back confident. Don't come back trying to find your way. It's not good. It's not good for me. But
Real quick, no, we did not get a new episode. Just so you know, we actually reviewing the last episodes from last week and just kind of having more chatter. I'm sorry, honey.
Yeah, for the Super Bowl, we had a little bye week, trying to make sure they get all the views they can, so they didn't want to have no.
And we forgot to press record on last week's on the review.
I forgot to press record. I think it's because I pressed it and I think it's new, but it says, "Do you want an intro video?" Maybe I just ignored that. I pressed it and I kept going and it never went. I think because this time it said like intro video, and then okay, yeah. So that's probably what happened, but they ain't gonna happen no more, Lord willing.
So, do we talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta too? If so, y'all think about what we think about Sweet 16 season. So, listen up, guys. Listen, I just want to give y'all the heads up. We're going to give y'all a small little snippet, but make sure you are subscribed. If you're on Facebook, make sure you are following Housewives from a Housewife. And if you get to YouTube, make sure you're following both of our pages. We do have some things upcoming. We definitely will be reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta. We are definitely excited about the Sweet 16. And leading up to Housewives of Atlanta, we will be doing a special live just to discuss Housewives of Atlanta, everything. And look, all of the things about Housewives of Atlanta, all of the things that took place in between these last 2 seasons and these last 6 months for us waiting up to get to March 9th when they're going to finally premiere. But absolutely, we will be doing Real Housewives of Atlanta reviews. Like I said, we'll get a small snippet into it, but make sure you follow it on the platform, subscribe, because it's going to be good, honey.
Okay, that seems cool. Now, if you could mismatch all the shows, who would you Who would you like to see work together? No matter.
I like
That's
these
why I want to see
questions.
the ultimate girls trip. That's why they need to bring that back.
Yeah, and good point. That is why I did like Ultimate Girls Trip, just from its inception, because they actually did bring old, new, young, and it was a good mix. Even though they went wrong when they brought that Brandy Glanfield back on, because she been a problem, and
Well, they said that the lady was down there was battling with a sexuality. They said that's what it was. They said Brandy was just being Brandy. This lady trying to hide her sexuality from her family and all this and all that, and everybody are
now
just
see, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but
because it was okay. So the tea was that Brandy maybe kissed her or something or
that's
touched
right.
her,
That's right.
and but she, I guess like the background, people family, Kyle situation, people family, So maybe at first she liked it, or maybe she went and leaned into it. So then it like flipped out, and then it was like a whole
Do you
production
know
cost.
Caroline? Have you ever seen her?
Yeah, she loved Butchie, right?
Well, because the reason why I'm saying that is because I don't see
You don't see her playing
for
with
the
radio.
time that I watched Caroline on Real
Uh-huh.
Housewives of New Jersey, in no imagination of my mind
Uh-huh.
do I see her participating in that type of activity.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
No, like she has never given me. She's not even like that type of fun girl. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, yeah, Brandy for me, and maybe this. Then listen, I ain't saying that what they saying not true, and we ain't never gonna see it. But at least as far as we know,
Sad.
but you know, Brandy is a habitual line crosser. She has everywhere she show up.
Mhm. Mhm.
Everywhere she go, she is crossing the line.
The last, the last ultimate girl trip, she was crossing the line.
So, it was easy for me to believe that she met the right one because Caroline don't play that mess. And I think she found out the hard way. But that's just my take on it. But like you say, that's a good way to put up mixing up is Ultimate Girls Trip. So hopefully we'll get another one. And
I was gonna do a
they'll
video
continue to
on
do
this.
that.
Ultimate girls trip that I want to see is, you remember back in the day, Real Housewives of Atlanta, the talls versus the smalls. It would be good for the talls and the smalls
That's
to go on
cute.
a girls
Yeah.
trip.
That's cute. That's cute.
But the dynamics change.
Or all first seasons.
Yeah, that'd be
So
good.
everybody that only had one season.
Yeah, one seasoners.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll
That
get
would
a
be
chance to
cool.
like reintroduce. Like so much has changed.
Except for Claudia. I'm sorry. But
Every day I change my mind with Claudia. I don't know what to think about
I don't know how, honey. I don't even go back and rewatch that season. I skip right past it.
her. The whole shoulder went with you.
The whole season, and the Roger Bob, and like between Roger Bob, and this one,
Gracious Lord.
yeah, but yeah, those would be good ideas.
Yeah, I'm being funny, but do you think Mill would have an affair or a threesome with
Oh
Ray?
my God,
On Married to Medicine, I would like to see Mariah come back. Oh, do y'all watch and comment on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? Cause this issue with Rashida Kirk and Jasmine is getting rather old. I think if given the opportunity, I think Dr. G would love to go back to Quad, but with Quad's growth, I think she'll ever take Greg back. But do y'all think what do y'all think her Rolls Royce was just for show from King's rental lot?
Yeah, I
Child,
think he has a rental lot. I think he can go get whatever car he wants to,
mm-hmm.
and he can gift her whatever car he wants to. At least if that's the presentation, if that's what he does, he own it. Those things seem to line up to me. I watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. You are absolutely right. Rashida and Kirk's and this Jasmine storyline is getting old because I think currently they about to start trying to get full custody of the
Yeah,
boy.
I saw a clip about that.
Yeah, listen, funny thing, we kind of joke, or I think Funky Dineva kind of brought it up even more. but it's interesting to see sometimes these people kind of put their marriages on the line
Mhm.
for the reality show.
Mhm.
But it's definitely rather old.
Yeah.
But it's keeping the show going. It's keeping everybody interested. So, and Dr. G probably would want to be back with Quad. But I don't know. Honestly, I'm taking that back. The way that we saw and what we found out about their relationship, I don't think either one of them wants to be back with each other. I think it's okay for us to think that and
Misery
believe.
loves company though. They want to give each
Well,
other
I think that
that hurt.
here's the thing about Dr. G. He ain't never been that emotionally mature. We saw
Yeah.
him fall down on the
But
floor
how
and
you a
roll over while they was trying to have a
psychiatrist?
counseling session.
How are you a
Hmm.
psychiatrist? How are you helping people every day? How are you such a great doctor if you can't you deal with emotions? You're a psychiatrist.
He ain't dealt with his own. It's probably way like doctors who smoke or doctors, like they say
Yeah.
doctors are the worst patients.
Yes,
You know what
yes,
I
yes.
mean? Like
Uh-huh.
it's just kind of, like it's easy to tell somebody, but not, be able to do it. So for me, that just boils down to that. You know what I mean? He's emotionally immature. And it does get under his skin that he has to be in this same space with Quad, which is why he probably should have
You
declined.
ain't gotta do nothing but stay black and die, Dr. G. Go ahead and do what's best for you. Do you, boo.
Or maybe he thought they actually was gonna boot Quad out because that is what happened.
Mhm.
She
Mhm.
just came back
And he keep telling Sweet Tea like, if you don't say nothing to her, like she won't have no life on the show. So what you think? Is Sweet Tea gonna have a life on the show? Like what life? What is Sweet Tea bringing to the show? Like they both
again.
it's semiotic relationship. Like
But we go back to the fact that they shouldn't.
yeah,
It
it's
really
nothing to
shouldn't be
argue
a
about.
problem between them two.
Yeah, it's nothing for them to argue about, child.
Mm-hmm.
Both of y'all barely want him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, are all minds clear? Everything we got everything out.
Right.
Anything else we want to talk about?
Oh well, we'll give them a small snippet about what we're thinking about Housewives of Atlanta Sweet 16. Because he's emotionally immature. He
Immature.
does not know how to handle his emotions. I think
And not
that's
how
just
to
like the
calm
way he
down.
ran out on CT, like those are signs that you're not dealing with an emotionally mature man, especially.
And
Um,
he might
mhm.
be he's insecure because of his voice, because of
We
his
said little
act-
man syndrome.
yeah,
I'm diagnosing him with little
yeah,
man syndrome.
because of his voice, because of his stature, because of maybe he childhood trauma. He just
And
don't
let's
feel.
just see, his first marriage didn't work out. He wants somebody that can build him up. Like let's because Dr. Damon looked a little short to me. Now he might
Yeah.
got his little, going on,
Fine.
but Dr. Heavenly builds that man up outside of whatever, he probably has his own confidence. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like he is looking for love. He just want to be loved and he ain't got the right maturity to go about it. So you got to go get him a youngin, like Dr. Heavenly said. I
Mhm.
mean, listen, it just is what it is. But honestly, with what they went through, I do not believe that either one of them wants to be back with each other. I think that is enough to go off of for that.
Yeah. I
Sweet
agree.
16. Let's just talk really quick and then we're gonna head up out of here about what we're thinking and our expectations. And again, I told you we're gonna come really with something really special. We might have a special guest join us so we can all discuss it together and get some different perspectives. So we're really
Mhm.
excited about that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna just start with my expectations. So I think at the top of the show, we were discussing, and I kind of said I did kind of call for a total reboot
Mhm.
at the end of the last season, season 15. I was not necessarily happy with Drew's return because I just kind of didn't like her lies, and I was a little over everything she was bringing. I do love Portia. I'm glad that she's coming back,
Mhm.
even though that was not my expectation. The other ladies I don't know much about, Brittany Ely and
Yeah.
huh?
Kelly, the other girl name is Kelly, I think.
Right. And the other lady, I don't know very much about them, but because I was calling for a new cast, I'm excited to see what they're gonna bring. I'm actually kind of excited that Kenya, I don't know how, well, I think Phaedra only filmed 5 episodes. So
That's what.
Kenya seems to, unless they edit her all the way out, I don't know if they are or not.
Mhm.
But she seems to be here for most of it. But listen, I was glad that I'm okay to get a break from Kenya. Um, I'm glad for Shamia. I think that's going to be interesting having her part of the bunch. I think that this bunch is a little younger. I think they might be representative of what is going on in Atlanta today. Um, the cast photos was a little cheap and passing over for me, but let's hope the season is not. And so, like I say, we're gonna get into some more like discussion about that. But we're excited for season 16. Real Housewives of Atlanta is generally everybody's baby, everybody's favorite. Even though I've been watching Housewives since Orange County, um, Atlanta is a favorite of mine too. Out of all of the Housewife franchises, Atlanta is the one that can get me to go back and watch their seasons, except for season 7, over and over and over again. And those last two, 13, 14 and 15 has joined 7 on the cutting room floor. But like I say, they have a soft spot in our hearts. They are favorites of the Housewives universe, and so we're just excited to see what they bring. And I'm wishing them luck about it. But we damn gonna talk about it, and if they don't bring it, we're gonna
We
talk
gonna
about
hear it. We gonna hear it.
that
I'm
too.
excited about Sweet 16, Juicy Sweet Peach 16. I'm not excited about these new girls. You know, I'm an old lady. I'm stuck in my ways. I do not like. Well, I do like change, but I don't know. I don't like how they look. I'm sorry, and I'm not even that kind of girl. I just don't like the whole overdone. Like that look is just old. Like we just need to go away with that over Botox, over filled, over like it's just stuck face. I don't like that. It's just too much. But I'm sure I'll get, I'm a softie. I'm gonna get won over by a good personality. As long as they got a good personality, I'm gonna end up liking them. But
They ain't even
I
gotta have a good personality.
right now, Britt Edie, I don't like that. She got Kenya off. Well, that's just how I'm thinking. She got Kenya off, but Kenya is responsible for her own actions. She should have kind of thought that through, even though it's housewives and antics, and
Kenya
she
been a
got
problem.
yeah. She should have thought that through a little bit more. But I don't. That's already a strike against me with Britt. Kelly. I don't really care. I don't want to see her. I'm happy for Shamia. She got a peach. I'm happy she coming back. But I am interested to know what's going on with her and Portia. What's going on with her? Like what happened to the demise of that friendship? I'm excited.
Also, how is it supposed to work out with Phaedra coming back in? Because Shamia never did see it for Phaedra and
Yeah.
was always kind of trying to tell Portia about that. So because we do know that they come in, we know that they hanging out. It's interesting to see if that has something to do
With
with
the demise.
the breakdown of
I have
the
seen
friendship.
some photos of Shamia and Portia, um, Shamia and Phaedra friendly though.
Hmm.
So I'm. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be keep us
Well,
full.
I think she was always friendly with her when before.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I think it was clear that she didn't see it for her though. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Um,
sorry.
Cynthia's back as a friend of.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
Yeah. So we'll see what's going on with Miss Cynthia, 50 Cent. What else? Portia's back. We're gonna see what's going on with Simon. She is getting pushed up, just like how Wendy got pushed up this season. She getting pushed up in her little pampered princess seat. We're gonna see what all she brings. Um,
And hope she don't get sued while she doing that.
oh yeah, that man is crazy. Y'all seen him down to the Instagram? Y'all need to get that man a Valium, a
She
Viagra,
need
and
to get herself a visa.
a Visa, a Valium, and some Viagra, cause something is wrong. Something is wrong with him. For real. Like it's just too sassy though.
But let me tell y'all, let me cut in and tell y'all something. You see, like ladies, especially us single ladies and everything, this is why you gotta pay attention. That man showed his hand when it came to Fallon.
Yep,
And
how he
even
real.
though Fallon did cheat on him, which
Mhm.
we're not really sure exactly what that was, because
What's their
maybe
dynamic?
they was already separated or whatever. However, what he had to say, it proved itself to be somewhat true. But what we saw is him trolling that lady.
Yeah.
And a person, like he showed that lady who he was. She ignored him. And so just like Kenya met her match with Mark, with forcing that man to marry her on this private island with nobody around, because we saw you do that with Walter. I don't know why everybody acting like they don't know how she ended up married to that man. We saw how she ended up married to him. She didn't, he just said yeah. But she met her match,
Yeah.
being desperate,
Yeah, unfortunately.
unfortunately.
Um, Kenya back for 22 seconds. Oh, I'm mad how they did her in that trailer. Why
In
they
the edit.
why she gonna get no picture, y'all? Why y'all did her like that? But Phaedra could get a picture, and Cynthia, who a friend of, is in the trailer. And she get a picture. Why y'all did my sister like that? Like why?
Probably because King, now listen, King not my favorite, but King
Mhm.
wasn't finna wear none of what they had on no damn way. Like, are you kidding me?
And Kenya looking good. Kenya done did something to the face. Face is looking 20 years younger. Face is looking 20 years younger. She's looking slim and trim, but it's something else happening with the face. Now that's how you redo a face. Not that
Okay.
overfilled, overdone, oversexed lips and all that. No, that's like, can we move away from that? Like let's do something new.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
but yeah, Kenya looking good. I'm excited to see Kenya. Kenya, she done wrote the handbook, the housewife handbook. So she gonna handle everything good. She already been on her little press tour a little bit, so she know what
She
to do.
wrote the housewife handbook to hell.
Ooh, well,
Like, I mean, because I really do feel like with Kenya's interest, and we going too far. See, we're gonna do this on
okay,
the live when we do when we dedicate the live to Real Housewives of
okay.
Atlanta, season 16, and all those in between. Oh, look at me coming up with the tagline. That's what look. Somebody better write that down. I'll be like, what did I say? Y'all can't even remember.
That's exactly
But
me.
yeah, so we'll get more into that when we do Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16
Mhm.
live. We're gonna break down a whole bunch of stuff,
Uh-huh.
okay? Season 16 and everything in
In
between.
between.
Yes.
Yes. All
Make
right,
sure you
we'll see y'all
subscribe.
later.
Bye guys. We gotta get
Like,
out of
comment,
here.
and subscribe. Follow.
And
Keep up with us.
like the video. If you're part of the replay gang, give us a hashtag. Let us know. Make sure you
Yes.
liking the videos. You want to see more? Maybe we'll come and do some more. Let us know if you want to talk about some other things. We can try to see what we got in the bag for you, baby.
All right, now.
Thanks for joining us. Bye, guys.
Bye.